la 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 la.
Stop. Dude.
Osiris, stop. You're gonna need a bigger boat. You're going to need a bigger boat.
Dude, enough. He's actually going for the electrics now.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because Warframe is like it started out as free to play, and it decided to stay free to play. It's only
Well, I mean, to be fair, so is
Destiny 2. But
no,
they didn't
no,
start
no.
out free to play.
No, not
Apex?
Destiny. The other one. Yeah, Apex. My brain was like, if you like to make a call, please hang up and try again because we can't figure out what the hell the game's called.
True, but they also got their company making like a buttload of money off the cosmetics and season pass.
The only time I have a problem streaming Apex is when I hook up with other people. Now, if I'm just playing the game and the two randoms that are with me, I don't have a problem. It's when I hook up with friends, but I think that's because it's a cross-platform thing. And
oh yeah, fair.
normally when and then when I hook my PlayStation into the internet, it's a little bit better, but not that much better. And I only think that's because it's cross-platform when that's having problems. Although they have Apex for the Switch now.
I have that downloaded actually. I just don't have my profile synced up yet.
I don't have it on this. I didn't buy it for the Switch, but I know that they have it.
I need to get a Switch soon as well.
Wait, Shadow, are you on the Switch?
No, not yet.
Not yet, but I'll need to be soon.
Ooh, you know what game you should totally get once you get Switch?
What's that?
You should totally get Monster Hunter Rise. I just got back into it. It's fun.
Yeah, I know. I seen you playing it late last night.
But yeah.
Technically, it was like 8 o'clock your time, but
8 o'clock my time is not late.
Well, it was 10 for me. You got to remember, you're still
2 hours
2
ahead, yeah.
hours behind me. You're 2 hours behind me. Shadow is
like 6 hours behind.
No, you're 6 hours ahead of me.
6 hours ahead, yeah.
He's behind. Johnny come lately's behind.
I'm solo on the stream. Drop out if you probably can't hear me, but we're doing a thing.
A thing?
A D&D.
What's up,
and
everyone?
I'm drawing in the background while we're monkeying around.
Hey, speaking of monkeying around, I am Monkey and I am kind of round. I don't know.
This is what I'm line art currently working on.
Nice.
But this hair bit, I don't like it. It's gotta go. Also, I apologize in advance for any crap if my father comes in, because this is my door. Do you see it? It's a curtain. I don't have a door.
That's
I have
because you're
curtain.
loud.
It's okay. Once the move happens, you can have all the
There you
doors
go,
you
that's
want.
better.
So, I guarantee you, he will be in here once he sees where my freaking phone is. With his fat mug. So just don't
Yes,
mind him.
Dropout, the drawings are quite amazing. That's all done by CT.
Thank you. I'll be pulling upstream here in a minute. I'm just trying to get my head wrapped around what I want her hair to be doing, because her head is like not like this, it's like this, and gravity should be taking in, and it's just not working yet. So I'm actually going to go to the layer underneath this so I can sketch this out proper.
Right, so we do this. Do this discard. No, I'm going to this one. But we are. We're doing it all again.
I'm like listening to the BS happening downstairs right now. I'm just like, please, please, please don't bring your toxicity up here. I make myself laugh, sorry.
It's all good.
Oh, no, that's the wrong button.
Okay. I think I'm oh, poop. Anyway, I can re-sketch it, it's fine. It's not like this is the finished. I think that's a little better. Then we can bring this line up here. There we go. I'm happy with that. And then this is the pinky, so it's going to actually be fairly smaller. Then
Right. Oh, better change this because I'm not actually streaming Apex Legends, so IRL.
yeah, it's not Apex. Talking some D&D stuff. I think they even have that as a category on Twitch, don't they?
D&D.
Okay, I'm semi-happy with that, sort of.
They've got
Nice. It looks good.
D&D Adventures, Wizard's Choice. They do have D&D, actually. I'm trying to put it in real life, but for some reason it doesn't work.
It'll probably be listed as Dungeons and Dragons.
There we go,
Not
just
as not as Ackerman.
Probably not going to be able to see this that well, but this is what I'm currently working with.
Ooh.
Nice. Which character is that for? Or is it for a different one?
Just for me to add to my of art. Like any characters in just the body frames of some actual stuff. I pulled some references off of Pinterest so that I can have like the body shape, the proper spots.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take the references away because I just use like the skeletals. Because this one, let me show you. Let's take those two out. This pose was probably the hardest to sketch.
There we go.
Was this
That's
one.
better.
So I used the, if I bring this up, we'll just take, this out. I used this pose so that I could get the skeletal right, but I just take the, there we go, the base of it and sketch it out. And then I can add my own like clothes and everything to it, different hairstyle, so that it's not just a copy, it's mine.
See, I like that. That actually looks really good.
And if you notice, she is an elf with a gauge in her ear.
Oh, God.
So I'm currently working on that. But I'm gonna boot up Twitch because I can. But I'll have to turn the volume down. That way it doesn't. Look at this mess of hair I got going on back here. Let's just fix that really quick. Oh, that's terrible. Okay.
Yes, it is.
And I can use my handy dandy thingamabob for my tablet now.
Ah, yes, the handy dandy thingamabob.
The handy
Well,
dandy
Mom
thingamabob.
got
Is
it
that
for.
the. What would you call that? Is that the.
It's just a tablet stand, but my mom's like, it looked like skis. My mom's so cute.
It looks
Because
like
she had came up. She came up to me one day and she was like, "That thing's pretty nifty, isn't it?" And I was like, "Yeah, Mom, I like it. I thank you for it. It was the coolest thing ever." She's like, "It was only $5 at Menards." I'm like, "Well, thanks for spending $5 on me, Mom. I appreciate you." The only Padusky thing is all the stuff that I had written down for my character in boxes. So, yeah. I will have to re-scribble them down. You see it says campaign.
Ooh.
I like Kenny's face. He's just chilling.
Hell yeah! There we go. Right, where's my book?
Wait. I gotta... Hold on. We gotta... No blues January, although my January is full of a lot of blues.
Yeah, same.
But just think, soon you'll be moving.
Yes.
There's
That
always
is
a silver
my-
lining.
That is my, I am looking forward to this.
Yep. As long as you have that mindset of, hey, it could always suck more, you good.
No,
That's
no,
what he said.
no. See, we're not going there. No.
Trust me, you say that when you get married.
Oh, man.
Sorry, baby.
Wow.
You can't hit me for 2 reasons.
Oh, here's a bright side. Halls makes a really decent tasting menthol cough drop thing.
That's not
Okay.
a cough drop. That's the tears of children.
The tears of children.
Yep.
I'm for it. Wait, I will. This is what I use all the time for sore throat or dry throat or anything of the sort. These help a lot. And it's just straight honey. Halls makes them, but these help. And they don't have that mentholy taste to them.
Mm-hmm.
They have it's like a pleasant honey taste.
That's not honey either.
Actually-
That's the sweat of the elderly.
Not the sweat of the elderly.
Look, you're actually checking the ingredients.
Well, let's see. What's in the ingredients? Let's look.
What?
Do they have it in this bag? Active ingredients. FD&C, blue 1, red 40, yellow 5, of tartrazine, whatever tartrazine is. The flavors are glucose syrup, honey, soy, a word I can't pronounce, and I'm not going to try to butcher on stream.
And that,
And sucrose and water.
there you go, the words you can't pronounce, that is the clinical name for the sweat of the elderly.
Lecithin or whatever the fuck it
Yeah.
is. Lecithin.
Sweat of the elderly.
Or it's Lecithin.
That's the inactive ingredient. The active ingredient in mine is like
Tears each
Well,
other.
it's a tiny bag. It doesn't give me all of the... Doesn't give me all the... Gives me the goods. Doesn't give it to me. Active ingredients, menthol, 1.8 milligrams. That's
5.4 milligrams.
This is the only active ingredient. Where's my camera? Right there. Menthol.
Mine's the one on the far left of that, like the blue bag, the blue relief one.
Yeah, those are gross. Now, the other ones that I've had on here, the breezers, they taste more like candy. But this little dude, this green one,
Mm-hmm.
It's a vitamin C bag, and look at Shuttle Space. This is all America stuff, okay? I don't know what y'all have over in...
Ooh, guys. Sorry to interrupt.
I am in fact a woman, and I was gonna try to help you out with your sickness, because those are good for when you're sick, because it gives you an extra kick of vitamin C. They're Mr. Sicko DM man.
Now she just hopes you choke.
Fine, I won't tell you that 801 currently has Charge Harvester as one of the mods that you can pick up yet.
Got it.
I don't care about
It's a very, very good mod that's used in almost every build.
I haven't played Destiny in a long time. You know why? Look at this. I'm not...
To be honest, neither have I over the last few months. I really should.
See that? That is where where the TV's at. That's where my PlayStation is. I can't currently get to it.
Actually, it's currently not displaying camera.
Yes.
On mine, it's not.
On mine is.
Oh, there.
Shadow and the rest of the stream caught it.
Yeah. Right. So, let's start off, shall we? So, start by introducing yourselves. We'll start with the DM. For all of you laymen's out there, that stands for Dungeon Master.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Some of y'all probably already know me. Okay, wait, actually, are we actually streaming?
We're streaming on Twitch, yes.
Oh, cool, yeah. Alright, so yeah, some of you guys might already know me. Monkey0953, also known as Daniel. Currently a bit sick right now, so that's why I sound less overly over the top than I normally do. But,
no,
yeah.
he still sounds the same.
I beg to differ. But yeah, so what else should I introduce? Just that is what all do I do here?
Well, just tell me a bit about yourself. You're the DM. You're creating our campaign.
What's up, y'all? I have a world. It is called the Dungeons and the Dragons. Cool. So yeah, basically what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna be running it. It's a Ravenloft themed campaign. It's basically a heavily modified version of Curse of Strahd, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Been modifying the crap out of it for a while now, and I've already play tested the first little bit of it with my local group, and it runs really, really well. All the encounters feel balanced enough. The lore is all fleshed out in areas where it wasn't before, and it just feels more complete than the original book. So think of it not as just Curse of Strahd plus. Think of it as Curse of Strahd Game of the Year edition plus all the DLCs plus a fan patch.
Nice.
On crack.
Why's it gotta be on crack?
I was going to
I
say,
wanna
who
know.
the hell is that? And it's red.
Oh, there's always that one party member that's probably on crack.
Me!
It's
Um,
you. That's why you sound that way.
Next up, we have you. Over there. That
Who's
side.
you?
All right,
Who's
Red,
poking
you're up.
me? Watch it be like backwards on stream. Because like
Other-
the way it looks over
other
here
way.
is different from the way it looks over there.
There we go. That person.
This way.
For me, you guys are all arranged vertically, so I'm like at the very bottom, Shadow's
Well,
in the
I'm
middle, Red, you're on
looking
top.
at like what's happening here is different than what's happening over because my tablet is right here.
So the exits are here, here, and here, and here.
And don't
Ooh, we don't want to
and-
talk about the last exit.
In the
and
butt.
don't forget to keep your seat backs in their upright position and enjoy your flight.
But
That's what I say
wanna
to the
be on
wife.
I've never actually been on a flight, so
What?
I can introduce myself that way. The first thing is I've never actually ever been on an airplane. I can say I've been on a boat now. I finally can check that off.
Nice.
I've gone by many names. So a lot of people know me as Red. Some people know me as CT. I've done a lot of things. I do a lot of things. Apparently, as my the video that I made, but I actually forgot that I said I like cookies. I like cookies, apparently. Yeah, I have a lot of hobbies. I have the massive love for the D&Ds. Earlier we were talking about I'm a dice goblin,
Yes, that's
Hey,
right.
me
and I
too.
don't have enough dice ever. I like books. I have lots of them. And yeah, I'm very awkward, but I am secure enough in my awkwardness that I don't care.
To be
That's
fair,
it.
same.
That's it.
That's it. Okay. Well, y'all know me.
That's it.
I'm Shadow King. You'll get to look at my lovely face, so that is like a compliment for all of yous. Mwahaha. See, beautiful. And well, if you're in the stream, most of you all know me anyway, so I'm not answering any questions. So you're probably all thinking, what am I doing looking at you and the other person, and we're looking at Red over there, and then looking at Monkey who's down there. We can't see Monkey's face, but you can see his little picture.
That's okay. Currently, I look about as good as I sound right now. It's not good.
So still better than normal. So what?
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yeah. So
You have a new follower.
this is literally called The Journey Begins D&D, and it's exactly as it sounds. This is our beginning of D&D. We've got, let's say, Monkey's the DM, so we'll be discussing our different parts about our characters and how we came about creating our character creation. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Halo Thrifty. I don't know why that didn't appear on my stream, though. That is very strange. Anyway, thank you very, very much for the follow. Yes, I'm at 99 followers. One more to go and I'll reach 100. And I'll do a happy dance.
Nice.
Thank you very much for the follow,
I'll do
Halo.
it for you.
Yeah. What? You shut up, woman. No, you Red. The other woman in my life. Well, one of them. Anyway, so
See, I don't know how to shut up.
Ooh.
That's never going to be achieved. Sorry.
Daddy, woo! Yay! So, Daddy, 30 women in my life. That's how many I've got.
I can do it this way.
Yep. So we're talking about our character creations and how we came about creating our characters. I'm assuming Monkey will discuss a little bit about the campaign. Not too much, obviously. We don't want to ruin it for everybody who wants to see it when the campaign starts. And I do know there's some new people in some of the Discords I'm in who have not played D&D in a while. And there's people who are new who might want to ask some questions. Monkey's your monkey. Because obviously he's the dungeon master.
It's not suggestive at all.
Yeah. So, who wants to start off?
Go ahead. I'm just messaging James really quick, seeing if he wants to jump in on this mess, because I know he said he wanted in on the campaign. I just wanted to see if he wanted to join our chat.
Yeah, of course you can. Anybody's welcome. Like I say, if anybody's in the Discord and they'd like to jump in, just send me a message on Discord and we will invite you into the little chat windows.
Yes, I do also have to see if you have the permissions to, pardon, to invite people to the Discord, because you need that being the beta.
I don't think I do. I looked at it this morning and I couldn't create an invite.
I will fix that.
That's
Just
fine.
a moment.
Very soon I'll post a link in the Discord for Red's Discord, in the chat for the Wolf Pack. So
Yeah. I'm constantly fiddling with this thing. I've added some new channels and stuff again to things.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'll start. So
Yes.
I'm going to keep
While I'm editing.
I'm going to keep one part of my. Used to know about my character so far anyway. Well, the sort of idea of it. I'm going to keep one part of it secret till we actually do the campaign, obviously, because that's probably a good idea. So my character is half blah 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 blank censored and half drow dark elf, because why the hell not? Okay. My mother was this other thing. And you shut up! You laugh at D&D one more time and I swear to God I'm going to put you in my dungeon.
Ooh.
Do you mind? Anyway,
That sounds
and
rather
my
suggestive.
father was a drow. So, that's how it starts off anyway for my character. I haven't really come up with a name for him yet. I'm toying with a few names. So we'll just call him Bob. No, I think. Get it right. Here's an idea. I can use my ideas for names, and you tell me if who's that. Oh, it's Red.
This is me answering in your chat.
It's like, who's that?
Chat.
So I'll give you an idea of some of the names I've thought of, right? And we can actually use this to help me create my character. That's probably a good idea as well. Properly.
Ooh.
Osiris, ooh, there we go. I never thought of that one. Okay, so.
Don't look at me, dude.
Shushed. So I've got an idea. My character could be called one. I've just thought of one there. You be quiet. Osiris Windsword.
You're a dog.
Let me write that down just so I don't forget that one. Okay. Or just like Madonna. Just one word. Phoenix.
Ooh.
Just like Madonna, because I like Madonna. She's got like pointy boobies.
This is good reasoning. I'm behind this.
I hope they're not fake points. Anyway. The other one I had was just Alucard Longbow.
Ooh. Kind of like that one just because it's interesting.
Alucard is from a game called Castlevania. He was Dracula's half-son, I do believe.
Uh-huh.
So, I was watching one of the old playthroughs of one of the Symphony of the Night, so I thought that would be a good one.
I'm not scratching and marking up the back of my head.
And the other one is Azazel.
Now, see, I like that name. I actually know somebody with that name in real life. That's a nice name.
Azazel. So, thoughts, ideas, poke holes in it?
I like the um Dracula, whatever story name thing. That one, just because it's unique,
Alucard
but
Longbow.
kind of also, yeah. I kind of also like Azazel, so like one between those, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
don't know. Do I still have it out?
Monkey, any thoughts?
Uh, yeah, I like all of those. All of those sound like really good. The Alucard one at the end was like really well done.
I will return momentito.
Okay. Well, there we
Wow,
go
that
then.
was really wide of me.
Character's name is
Do I still? Oh, wait a minute.
Alucard.
Do I?
There we go. Character's now called Alucard Longbow. Now,
I found my notebook.
I've been trying to
I
think
found.
of a good class that will fit the part we're keeping secret and the Dark Elf. Now, obviously, rogue, thief, assassin, that type of thing normally comes from the Dark Elf side, kind of.
Right.
But I've never been one before. I've always wanted to try out Pathfinder.
That would be interesting.
What do you
I'm
think,
for it.
Pathfinder?
Like as far as your class that you want to be?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just depends on like what kind of a character do you want to play? Like a naughty character, like one that gets into mischief all the time. You want to be sneaky. What do you want to do?
See,
And then also, like, if you wanted to, I do also have some other um, unofficial supplements that are like they have special options specifically for drow characters. So if you wanted like a drow specific, um, why is it only popping up with this many of that? What on earth just happened on my phone? Oh, there we go. So I've also got some stuff like, say, if you wanted to play as like a drow cleric, for instance, or like a drow paladin, I've got some special options that are specifically made for like deities of the drow pantheon.
see, the only thing with that is the other half of my character, that side, would that not contradict some of the other sides?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because they're that depends. Were you going to be good aligned, neutral, or evil aligned?
Chaotic neutral.
Sorry, you cut out there for a second. What was that?
Chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I did find my notebook, BT Dubs, that has all my info on my character.
Nice.
Look so pretty. Sparkly.
Was this your new character or one of your characters you've done before?
No, for my new one, because I had taken this to work, and I was looking at my work bag over there. I'm like, wait a minute. I was working on this at work. I was working on it at work. Yeah, it works anyway. That's a lot of work in one sentence. Good lord. Yeah. So I have a lot of stuff. So I'm taking notes in this notebook. I guess I should be looking here instead of there because you're over here, not over there. Okay. You got lots of mystery in your backstory. Then there, Shadow.
Yes.
Cool.
A slight rundown is basically, which is it's quite ironic because you still basically know the other half of it. So my mother was on a hunt for something or someone, and she basically in one of the dark forests, and obviously she met a dark drow who helped her hunt this thing down, and obviously they fell in love. They
Well, I
did.
kind of like that.
They did the nasty.
But
Yeah. So that's part of the backstory.
That's cool. I like that. I have lots of mystery in mine, but we'll get to mine.
Yeah, so I just need to properly figure out a class that's going to best suit the character. I am going to rule out Paladin because, one, I always play as... Sorry, the German. I always play as a Paladin, usually that's like my go-to one, so I want to try something different. Something new. Something experience.
Okay, hang on. Let me grab my handy dandy player's book.
Where's mine? It's the rule book.
Oh, and he says I'm being old. Alright, let's see. Where's my thing that I have set for classes? That's mine. Let's see. I think
We've also got, like, in addition to the ones in the player's handbook, we've also got the Accursed. We've got Blood Hunter. I think there was one more.
Did I not? I think I mentioned Blood Hunter in one of your conversations, did I not?
Yeah, you and I were talking about it because we were talking about Mollymock and how he was a blood hunter because it was one of the new ones that Matthew Mercer had come up with.
That was it. Blue. Type it in.
What is? Okay, that's cleric. Let's see. You know what I think would be kind of fun? if you're like drow mixed character, whatever you are, is a bard. But like a chaotic bard who's like out there. That would be so fun. I could just see you running around with like a lute or something and just in the middle of camping or whatever, you just bust out in something stupid and it makes us like a place to sleep or whatever. But it would just be fun. I don't know.
My
it just popped
milkshake
in
brings
I'm
all
like,
the boys to the yard. Damn right. It's better than yours. I can teach. Sorry.
So I'm just like flipping through the classes and I came across we're all familiar with the player's handbook, but the picture that has the bard on the string, and I was like, this one. And I was like, bard, a dark, like nobody ever sees really a dark elf or a drow mixed with obviously whatever the other half of your background is as a bard. I just think that would be so funny. Nobody would expect, here comes this half dark elf, half whatever. We're all in a tavern, we're getting ready to sit down, and you have like your Dorian moment where someone's like, oh, we have a bard, and they're like, you're a bard? And then you can get up and like perform for people, and that would be fun. That could be an option. Just saying, that could be an option.
A bard cross warrior, and I just have a battle axe that I change into a guitar.
You know, bards can multi-class into a lot of different things because bards have that jack of all trades thing that they have as one of their as one of their features. So I'm like, I'm just trying to think of something that would be different that I know I've never seen in any D&D game that I've ever watched or like podcast wise or anything. So I'm just like, let's see.
Let's see.
Well, I mean, I've seen plenty of like drows that were rangers, or I've seen plenty of them that were druids, but I'm like, I haven't seen many bards.
Let's see. That's what we're looking at. There we are. Jack of all trades, Song of Rest. There we go. Magical inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then again, light armor, which is fine. Simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, short swords.
You can pretty much use whatever you wanted,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Equipment is rapier, sword, and a simple weapon. Diplomat's pack, entertainer's pack, a lute or other musical instrument, leather armor, and a dagger.
And then, of course, there's like all the different colleges that you go through
Yeah.
as you level up. So it's like, I remember part of me when I like came to the page, like was thinking Sam Riegel, because his gnome was a bard, but like he played it different, and of course he was just straight chaos. And I
Yeah.
don't think you're gonna be doing any poo scrying, unless like Gilmore just happens to be in the realm that we're at. Oh,
What?
I still
Screw
need
it. Bard it is.
Which actually that brings me to a good question. Do you guys all want to start from the same starting plane of existence? For instance, do you guys all want to start from like the same starting planes for instance, like
I keep saying for instance,
Tal'Dorei
get it out, monkey. Well, I know
or
my character is
Faerun
from
or
Tal'Dorei.
Eberron? Or do you guys want to start from different ones and then have to like figure out what the hell's going on? All you guys know is that
Back scratch. Feels the
because
best.
we could go a couple different ways with this.
Well, I know because the only like planes ever that I'm familiar with is Tal'Dorei because of Critical Role.
Mm-hmm.
But I know she's coming from. Now, see, the only thing I need really is just the map, the different maps of like Matthew's worlds, so I can know exactly where. And technically, she's not from Tal'Dorei; she's from Exandria, I think.
Right.
That's the whole like plane, right? Exandria, Matt's world.
I believe so. I think Exandria is like the full world, and then Tal'Dorei and Wildmount are like different continents or something like that.
Yeah, I'm from Exandria, but I don't know exactly where. Because I know when I played my Dragonborn, she was from Draconia.
Hmm.
After the Chroma Conclave and all that fun stuff happened, because Draconia was built on the ground instead of floating like it used to be, and there was both tailed and non-tailed Dragonborns there. That's how I played my Dragonborn. That was like the only place I know. I'm not familiar with all the other realms. It just would depend on where Shadow wants to come from to how we play that out.
Yeah. So, for instance, Shadow, if you wanted to come from somewhere that has like a little bit more, a little higher tech, and it's like more of a more modern noir kind of feel, then maybe Eberron would work better. Faerun is like the classic D&D setting. Um, and I've got tons of supplements on different areas you can start in for there, especially for Drow, because like with Drow, basically like their usual home is usually in like the Underdark.
Yeah.
So like that
Mhm.
culture trying to translate to Ravenloft would be very interesting. Then let's see, what other ones do I have? I'm sure there's probably like some way that we could translate. Oh, ooh, interestingly enough, by chance, do you happen to watch a D&D campaign known as the Unexpectables?
No.
No? Okay. So, in that case, Alavas is probably not a good idea then. Might be able to do some from like some of the different planes from Magic the Gathering. And that's just a few, just to name a few.
I would, well, like, because like I said, the only ones that I know is of Matthew Mercer's world.
Hmm.
I would just have our characters start out in whatever realms we're the most familiar with.
Yeah.
But I also was like throwing around the idea. This was kind of like a me by myself thing, but I eventually was gonna like bring it out. Because I know that we're probably gonna get like mysteriously pulled into whatever realm we're going to.
Oh yeah, that's a given.
All of
It's
us can get pulled by like into this area, but at like different times. So like some of us had been in this realm that we're getting pulled to for like a month already, whereas some of us have only been here for like a week, and then a couple people just like a couple days, kind of a thing. So when we all meet up, however many of us are in this campaign, we can kind of be like, well, I've been here for a month and I've seen this, that, and the other. Which those will have to be things that we would probably talk in the DM's office, in the Discord with you personally about, and be like, okay, so in the 2 weeks you were here, this is what you've seen, this is what you did, and we can kind of like mysteriously lead up to whatever the campaign is. So for like leveling purposes,
Yeah.
we could kind of roll through the few mysteries of things that we've heard or seen or try to figure out while everybody's catching up being in this new realm, and then like kind of kickstart getting into the campaign. But that's like an idea that I
Yeah.
had. If you want it, I mean, you're the DM, you're gonna help you want.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yes, you guys are gonna hear some guitar mess happening in the background because Dad is now playing guitar. Yep.
Tell him Country and Western is dead.
It's the same little ditty he plays while he's warming up.
I once knew a man from Nantucket.
So what else about your character, Shadow? What else?
Well, that's about it, to be honest, so far.
That's all you got so far? A lot of mine is like mystery, so I can't really reveal too much. You just tell me when to jump in on mine and I'll jump in. I don't want to like run over your process of character making
No, on you go.
yet. On I go. Oh wait. Am I on the right one? I am. Taking too many notes and too many notebooks. This is ridiculous. So what I can tell you about my character, which do I have? Let's see. Trying to see if I have my painting in this or not. Because if I do, awesome. If I don't, I might have packed her up already. But I might have her sketch still in my bag. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves while I look. Because I'm off camera right now.
So, Monkey.
Hi, off camera.
So, Monkey, come here often?
Oh, occasionally.
That is so not an answer.
Depends how you look at it. Don't be so rude.
Well,
Oh my. Let's see.
I know
That's
I
not an answer,
have.
Monkey.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I don't have the colored version of her, but I have. All right, I'm just gonna take this whole freaking thing. Okay,
Lit.
I found. The trick is not to knock anything that's on here over.
What was your first clue, Sherlock?
My cler's flew.
What was your first clue, Sherlock?
Oh, good God.
Bah!
Why does your screen have, like... It looks weird now on stream.
What do you mean it
Well,
looks weird on stream?
Oh, you blew up my... That's... Never mind.
Excuse me, I did what?
My
what?
photo...
Apparently you blew up her thing.
It looked...
Yeah.
Print. Okay.
I want to
I
talk to
will
a DM about this.
See?
Yeah.
This is what I'm seeing.
I know. All you came up was, he blew up my thing. Excuse me? I need an adult.
I am an adult.
Roll a d20. Okay, so there was lots of things that happened in my character creation, but I want to show you something that looks better than that. Okay, so this is what she looks like. I've posted a picture of her before, but this is like without all the color. This is going to be I did not think about this when I added this.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what she looks like. She's a half elf, or a high elf rather. I can speak words. I went through lots of notes when I was creating her, but and she has a wolf. I'm not sure if it's going to be like dire wolf size or what. That's up to the DM's discretion. That's what I would like. But she's just a regular wolf. She's black. Her wolf's name is Luna. And there's a lot of hidden stuff in my background that I can't tell you how it came about this, but she found this baby wolf on her journeys. We'll just say that, on her journeys. She has a name. I have her name, her family name, and her parents' name picked out, but because of the... I think I even have the rest of it fleshed out, which this will all have to be the back and forth between me and the DM to figure out where everybody's at. But I have called her, and what she will be known to by the party is Ivy. The party will hear her name, Ivy, but her like actual legitimate name is to be kept secret unless it comes to light or the mystery of my backstory gets fleshed out. But she's a high elf. She changed, I can say this much, she changed her appearance from what she used to look like. So like the arm, the whole like tattoo thing, she did after her start of adventuring. And that is, this part will be like a known thing. But her mother passed away when she was young, and she got the flowers, all the, like the flowers and like leaf petals and things that make up her tattoo are to represent her mother, because her mother had a flower garden. I mean, there was like roses and azaleas and water lilies and things like that. So it's a mixture of flowers that make up her tattoo. So she got that for representation of her mother. Her hair is like a pearlescent, like silvery kind of color. But she did the half. She went with a half shave, and she dyed it dark purple that fades into like a pinkish reddish kind of tone that fades up into her regular color up here. So like the roots are her regular color. She is a ranger because I wanted an animal companion. That's the only reason why. I wanted an animal companion, and it's my first chance to dabble in the game with some spells, because rangers have some spells and then they can like just do like weapons attacks if they want, so it's pretty much like up to player discretion if I want to go with spells or not. But I've never actually played a character that uses spells before, so I know Shadow had said something about like playing somebody who you haven't done before, and magic users I haven't done before. But this is like my opportunity to semi-dabble in magic, but still be able to like smack things if I want to smack things. So that's really all I can share, because the rest of her like nit, and I went nitty gritty with it. Like when I say I've like delved into her, I fleshed out her entire backstory. I have drug one of my past D&D characters that I've played, because they're from the same realm, into my character's backstory. So Danella is in part of my character's backstory. My little rock gnome. I got methodical with it when I did my character, because I want our new campaign to be like a mix of not just combat, but I want to be able for us to actually do some role playing. Because the last two campaigns that I've played in, I've never got to do the like role playing part. It was all just mainly combat heavy and a little bit of role playing. So, yeah. That's mine. I'm super excited for this campaign to like hit the ground and start running.
Oh, hell yeah, we'll be here in like 40 years, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I haven't fleshed out about my character yet is her age. Because I know high elves kind of live a long time. Because they're like the pure blood
Elder race.
elf. But the only difference with her being a high elf, because I was doing some research, I guess? I don't know. On the high elves, because a lot of them are like, they stick their nose up at the rest of society.
Mhm.
But her mother was different, which is kind of why she like pulls more to her mom's side instead of her dad's. And Monkey and I still have to flesh out like her dad, everything that he does, because he's kind of like a high up, like up there person.
Yeah.
But she doesn't do the whole thumb her nose at society. She's kind of like, she'll go down and chill with the rest of the people and hang out with like tieflings. And I kind of want to make her one of her best friends a tiefling, just to like spit in the eye of her dad. I think that would be funny. But I haven't got that character fleshed out yet, because it wouldn't be Sparrow, because Sparrow's from something totally different. I haven't played her yet, but she's a wizard, and I'm gonna need. I think what we'll do is, because we'll probably do this Discord D&D, and then we'll probably have our own homebrew game at the house. So I want to run Sparrow at the house if we have our own like at the house game, in person game. So, but that's kind of what I'm dabbling in. She's like venturing towards the danger side of like, this isn't becoming of a high elf or a lady, a highborn lady, and she does not act like a highborn lady. Yeah, no, she doesn't. She's kind of like a. I think what did I have her alignment as? I think I wrote it down. I think I went chaotic good for her alignment. And it was the one with the N for the last name. Don't say it out loud, but it was the one with the N. I was right.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
And I think, yeah, I haven't really picked out what languages and stuff I want for her, or like the nitty gritty of fleshing out the actual character. But I had the ideas for her because her skin is a little bit more to the pale side,
Hmm.
but she's been outside so long out in the sun that she kind of got tan. So she's like a tan high elf. She's
Nice.
a rebel. She's a bit of a rebel.
Nice.
Yeah. Ugh. So it's exciting.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I feel toasty. I feel toasty. You want to warm up? Just touch my forehead.
So
Don't worry, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make any sense. You better go catch it. It doesn't make sense. Makes no sense. It's his favorite thing to say. It makes no
Yeah.
sense.
yeah.
Well, the best part is to just make it make less sense every single time. The less
Oy
sense you can make
vey.
it make, the better.
Oy
Yeah.
vey.
So
All right,
Monkey,
Monkey, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so I guess this is my part to talk about the campaign and stuff. So here,
Oh,
actually,
wait.
What about your character? You know, playing your character yourself?
my
Out of
character
the
is
50,000 that he's going to have to play.
yeah. I'm not spoiling any NPCs.
I've never
Okay, so
actually heard of a DM having a character like. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I have because Matthew
yeah,
had Gilmore. That was his favorite one that he liked to play. Matthew's was Gilmore, even though it was an NPC. He enjoyed playing Gilmore a lot. So that's a lie. I have heard it. Anyway, don't let me interrupt. Go for it.
okay,
Let him know.
it's all good. Let's see. So let me find my thing real quick.
It's where you it normally is between your legs. If you're having trouble finding it, that's a problem.
There's the session 0 notes. Okay, so so actually here's a good question. Who else is possibly joining the campaign?
I wait for like a lot of people to get back to me, for instance. There's a few that want to join who haven't played it in a while, but Red came up with a really good idea.
So I know James wants in as well. I did message him and tell him that we were in this chat in case he wanted to jump in. Because he was asking me this morning about when we were playing, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be until after we get settled.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's gonna be a hot minute.
Because there's a lot of D&D stuff that I have packed away in boxes too. So, but the idea that Shadow and I were talking about was, even if we had some people that joined in, they would like join along as the journey was going. So we could like potentially build the party over time too. So I mean, we could start out with like a little small group of like 3 or 4, and as people wanted to join along, then the party would potentially grow.
Okay.
But that's just an idea because it just depends on people and the time that they have to play the game. Plus, there's a lot of us from all over the globe. With it being a Discord, server, and if there was like weeks that people couldn't play, we could always have them as like I know I'm gonna like reference Critical Role a lot, but that's the only one I really know of. Um, when Ashley had to go and do filming, they always had it like Yasha would go and be like, I need to leave for a while and be in the, in the wilderness for a little bit. And then they'd find a way to like bring her back into the campaign. Like she'd find the group again. So if we had to do that with people that were, joining up as the journey progresses and say they had to be away for a week, we could always say that they either were poofed out by magic and we had to find a way to get them back or something. I'm sure you come up with something.
Yeah, or
But that was
alternatively,
kind of
like
what Kenny and I were talking about.
another thing that they'd occasionally do, I think I remember at least from campaign 1, is sometimes they'd like if it wasn't at a spot where it would make sense for a character to just like randomly poof out. I think Matt would sometimes like just have their character kind of run on autopilot as an NPC for a little bit, which I actually did for one of my other characters.
Excuse me. Yeah. So it's really up to like your discretion, how you want it to happen. Like if people had to come and go like that, but even if they were like visiting characters for a few weeks, like all they wanted to really play was dip their toes and just play for a few weeks, then we can have them on as like guest people or something.
Then we can kill them off and eat their corpses.
only if my Dragonborn was still here. I mean, she was a 7-foot Dragonborn. She was big. She was a big girl.
Oh, it's gonna be hilarious if one of the players decides to play a lizard folk, because those things, like, everything is either food or not food for lizard folks.
Oh, I still have to. I know my boss Ashley wanted to play with us because she's been wanting to play for a while, and she likes clerics. So I have to get. I have to get back to her and see if she's wanting to join this or not, because I gave her a link to the Discord, but she still hasn't joined up yet. And I know she's like extremely busy with the job we have now. So I'll have to ask her, like maybe later after we're done with our call, because I have to text her and see if she's wanting to be in on it. And we'll probably start the campaign 4 months from now, roughly. We'll just ballpark in about 4 months or so.
Give or take, yeah.
Something like that, maybe.
That way it gives everybody the time to flesh out a character, because I've done the two characters of, you throw them together and they have no backstory, and it's just you're in a little, whatever you call the modules. You run through a module and you're done. But I like having, a fleshed out background and mystery involved, and that's really cool. Looking at the map Shadow's holding. That's kind of what I would like to have in this campaign. Like a equal of RP and combat. And then just make sure everybody's able to have fun.
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's what I was saying. Let's say we can do these D&D stream, these type of D&D streams on lead up, because it is like I said, the journeys begins, and if people want to join in, like say they've got all of us. I know there's some people who want to start off, like say dip their toe. They can ask questions, help build up their character, that type of thing.
Yeah.
I've decided. Where am I? I'm from the Sword Coast. Da-da-da-da!
I need to see.
Oh, that reminds me. I should probably figure out a music solution that won't get me copyright blocked.
Well,
because currently for my audio, like I use I currently use, at least for my home game, I use like a lot of stuff from The Witcher. and a lot of stuff from like Dark Souls and stuff like that for the music because it fits.
Right.
It's very thematic and fitting. By chance, is that stuff royalty free or like?
You have to get permissions,
Crap.
because before Matthew had all of his different ones that he has now, and their setup is a lot better. He had to get permissions from that Sato to use the Skyrim music.
Mhm.
He had to get permissions to use the Witcher music, because he has some of those files that he uses during stream because they're copyrighted. He has to get the permissions to use them on stream because he doesn't own them.
Right.
Like playing them without, streaming it is totally fine because, everybody does it. But if you're going to stream it, you have to have the permissions to be able to use it, which is why there's a lot of streamers who use the copyright-free, like lo-fi playlists and things because there's like no words in it, but it's just music playing in the background.
Mhm.
So you'd probably have to find the list of copyright-free sounds that you can use during a D&D game.
Yeah, because you want to upload it to YouTube. At the moment, they are flipping copyrighting people left, right, and centre. One of the people I was talking to the other day there, one of their YouTube videos got copyrighted 24 times.
Yeah.
Because of the music she had playing in the background.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, Danella could have probably came from like Craghammer. That makes more sense for her. I have a map of Exandria pulled up. I'm trying to figure out where I want her to come from.
Yeah. My character's from the Sword Coast. From the
See, they're
Neverwinter
in
Woods.
Ank'Harel right now.
Oh, no. I like that one better.
There was also... but I don't know. See, my problem is I don't know like what the population looks like in some of them because like Port Damali, like everybody was in Port Damali. Like all kinds of races. But I don't know like where the piles would be at.
Yep.
But then
Garden
again,
Forest.
I could probably say that the family that I had was from like Amon. Because that was like Tal'Dorei's capital,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and all the big wigs were in Amon.
That would work.
Yeah, we'll probably do that.
Red, Tori's got
Because
a
I'm-
question. Have you ever used UV resin?
I have not, but I've heard enough good reviews about it because it sets up really fast.
She hasn't, but had really good reviews because it sets really, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Give
We're
me my
talking
credit. Give me my credit card.
Too late.
What do you mean too? I might not be able to play D&D in 3 months. So I might be in jail. If they find the body,
Red will bail me out.
Did she buy some UV resin?
yes.
The one thing I would say, if you haven't dabbled, because I have asked a few of my resin dwelling friends, they say if you haven't used UV yet, to get there's like a really small bottle, and then you can get the like torch. They call it a torch. I don't know. It's a flashlight. To use for like small stuff before you use it in bigger chunks to see how you like using it. So if you buy it and you haven't done it before, get it in the smaller bottle instead of the big bottle.
Tori. Red saying buy it in the smaller bottle first so you can use it and see how you like it. Did you buy the torch with it? No, you said you bought it. Give me my credit card. You not bought it yet.
Welcome to the merry light.
Hey,
I'm gonna close that
Red,
out
have you ever
so
seen
that's not
strangers
there.
on a plane? Strangers on a train?
No.
Right. So, what it is basically, right? I'll take your murder, you take mine.
Wait, what murder am I taking from you?
Tori.
Murder Tory.
Murder Tori and I'll split the 200,000 life insurance with you.
No. Murder your wife. I mean, you can have mine for free. I don't care.
Make sure he's got a life insurance policy first, then I'll...
He probably does. I don't know.
Sweet!
I mean, you can have that too. Just give my mom like 50% of it. So she can survive.
No, she can have it all. Favour to her friend.
And if we're talking in terms of Rumpelstiltskin, I just seen the playback of your like action of murdering. Don't look right. Oh, here's the I have a recipe. Get ready, Daniel. For no bake Kit Kat cheesecake.
A Kit Kat
Nice.
cheesecake.
No.
I'll have to. Do I need to make a recipe section in our Discord? Okay. Okay, I'll do that. And then I can type it out, copy paste. Because I like me some food, and if I can get away with it, I will.
I'm surprised we don't have a food posting kind of
I like me
part
some
on the server.
food.
Well, I'm still. That's what the suggestion box is for. That's why I have it there. So if you guys want channels and things
We have to
in
put it in your
Discord,
box.
you can put it in the suggestion section in my Discord, and I can look at them, and then I can put them in when I have free time, like I do now. Because God knows I'm not working right now. I have all the time in the world. I need something to keep my brain
How am I supposed to know you're not working right now? I've got a lot of people to look after.
No, I know that. But I'm saying. But I forgot to put my Avernus box back in my... I was showing off my Avernus dice to Kenny before you joined the chat.
Nice.
And not only did it come with a full set of Avernus dice,
Even shook them for me.
it has... I'm not going to show the whole spiel again like I did with you, because you got the good stuff. It has a backing. The one side has a map, and the other side has all the different demons that are in Demons and Devils in Avernus. Plus, a couple other really cool cards that came with it. But I get the art and about the demons and devils that are there.
Very nice.
Oh, and they have abyssal chickens, which looks nothing like a flippin' chicken. This is an abyssal chicken.
Yes.
I'm like, this does not look like a chicken.
You're right. It's because it's an abyssal chicken.
We actually got abyssal chickens in the campaign when we ran them. We had to take care of an abyssal chicken. And I think mine was named Stew or something. I don't know, but it was a retarded chicken. We got to roll, we had to roll a D10, and whatever the thing was on it, was what our personality of our chickens were. And I'm pretty sure mine was the retarded chicken. It was either mine or somebody's, because somebody had a retarded chicken and it was just stupid. Oh, look at how how cool Valor looks, or Balor, or
Baylor.
Bacon Boy.
Very nice. Yeah, Baylors are cool.
But I have
They're actually based off of the Balrog from Lord of the Rings, but they had to change the
yeah.
name because Tolkien.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. These things. Since it's all still D&D related, so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So, if I'm gonna start, and then you guys can tell me if you've ever had like a really terrible D&D experience, or
Okay.
like terrible D&D stories. I know I have a couple, but that's just because the DM that I had was kind of terrible. So, to give you some preference on the DM that I used to have, as he was not a very nice guy because what he did to us. So my first campaign, we went to Avernus or Tomato Potato, however you want to say it. Same thing. Same place. We were
Yeah,
like
potato.
level 1 or level 2 when we were in here. And one of our first encounters was this thing. An Aaron, yes.
Ah,
Do you know how strong these stupid things are?
if I remember correctly, like CR. I know it's double digits.
We were a level 1 or 2, and he had us go up against 2 of these.
So you
You
got
know what?
annihilated.
And there was like 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 of us against 2 of these. And I'm like, okay. He didn't even like bring the stats down of it to like squishify it even a little. Because we went somewhere that he didn't want us to go. He didn't think that, where we went was where we were supposed to go. So he's like, we were checking out this. We went across the bridge, and there was like a broken down hut or bridge house or something off to the side. So I wanted to go and check it out. I actually have 2 stories I won't tell you. This is the first. Same DM, by the way. But we went to go and check it out, and somebody stepped on something and alerted these Aranyes who were on the bridge ahead of us.
Right.
Because it was 2 sides, one to go into the city and one to go like out and around to like get into the city, some sideways place. We were trying to free this city that was being pulled into hell. And he didn't want us to check this place out, so he like 6 these 2 Aranyes on us. We almost had a total party kill from it, which then forced us into like a contract with one of the greater devils that was there. I think it was Asmodeus or something like that we had to get in a contract with. And then the second terrible story that I have with the same DM was our second campaign that we had to play, and we were investigating a missing person, and we were at some like rundown Coliseum looking theater place that was outside. So the amphitheater was like over the hill and down, and there was like broken down stairs leading to it. And the rest of my party's following this guy, and they're over here, and I'm like, well, I want to go investigate this other area. I was like, I'm not going down into the amphitheater. I'm just gonna just want to see what's in there. So I go over, and I'm at the top of the stairs. So the DM's like, make a perception check. So I rolled high on the perception check. I think I rolled like between like a 15 and an 18, I think. And I seen these 3 dudes hiding down inside the amphitheater, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to turn around, I'm going to go back to the party. I'm not going to do anything. Well, all of a sudden, these guys are at the top of the hill, and I'm in combat. I'm like, how did they get up here when I'm at the top of the hill and they're down there? He's like, roll initiative. And I'm like, how? So it was 3 bad guys that I was gonna leave there for us to deal with later as a party because I went off by myself to look and see what was over there because we hadn't looked over there yet. He kind of like kept leading us to this one spot through the NPC, and I was like, we haven't even checked over there. It could be over there. So I went to look, and as punishment for looking, I was in insta combat. Like, how did they magically? I'm at the top of the hill. It was magical gas.
Sounds like that
But those are
DM need a
magical.
flipping kick up the
Mhm.
ball sack.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was very interesting. Yeah, I gotta write down. Whoops. I almost misspelled Ashley's name. Okay. Have you ever had either good or bad, like the best moment or the worst moment in a game?
Which one of us?
Either one.
Let's see. Let's see. Last time I was a player, I mean, the campaign kind of just like ended because like everyone stopped meeting, so that kind of sucked.
But
But
I mean,
like,
like in-game moments. In-game moments.
let's see, best in-game moments.
Best or worst, doesn't matter. Pick one. Or both, if you have to.
Unfortunately, I can't spoil a whole lot of mine as a DM because a lot of them have Curse of Strahd spoilers, which is kind of what we're doing.
Well, I know you've run more than just Curse of Strahd.
No, I ran the first little bit of Lost Mines of Phandelver, but that's about it.
Let me think. Worst one ever. Right. Worst one ever. Right. This is well before I met Tori. We had been playing the D&D campaign for what, about 2 years, give or take. And one of the people in our little party was being an arsehole to everybody else. And we're like, right, stop being a dick, or we're just going to kick you out. So when we're playing the game, we got into this sort of cavern thing, and I can't remember if we were stuck behind. Well, dead end in a cavern. I can't remember we were getting chased by if it was orcs or whatever it was. It was something, and the dick that he was blew us up.
Oh. Terrible.
The best thing when he goes, oh, now that we're dead, we'll start a new campaign. And then obviously they didn't come back to the campaign. And we were dead.
Oh, that's so terrible.
It
Was it a
was.
TPK?
Yeah, he was a fucking dick. I was like a level 25 paladin. I had my sword. I had nice shiny armor. I was so happy. I was like, da 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 da.
I'm amazing.
Basically, it wasn't that. I just basically every time I would start fighting, I would just shout, "I am awesome!" And that was that was my war cry.
That's awesome.
I am awesome.
I like it. I like it. I'm behind this 100%. Oh, that's where my other chapstick went.
I kissed a girl and I
think-
liked it. The
see.
taste of
One of
her
the other
cherry
like previous
chapstick.
like, let's see, what was it? Yeah, me and a few other local friends. It was actually my brother that was DMing, but he was nowhere near prepared. And he was running, I think it was Out of the Abyss. And unfortunately, the problem we had was like most of the players wanted to take the campaign seriously,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was like one other player that kind of just made like a just a joke character, and then decided to like just screw with everyone the entire time while we're all trying to survive. And eventually, everything comes to a head, and his character yeets my sword off of a cliff. I was not happy.
I wouldn't have been either.
Yeah,
Aldo
no.
picked him up and went, "Here, fetch!"
Yes. Yes. Just like out of the scene from 300, just kick him, and he just
Exactly.
falls slowly over the cliff.
Sit, boo-boo, sit!
Sit down!
Can you throw me back up my sword? That's right, you can't, because every single bone in your body has been broken! Sorry.
I've been used as a step stool in one of my campaigns. Now,
That sucks.
just to be fair, I've only ever played two. I played the one with Danella, and then I played the one with Thea. And I was both times I was the strongest character that we had. I was just 4'5" and 7 foot tall. So it doesn't level out.
So you were a
Yeah.
stepping stool.
I was a stepping stone and a footstool, I guess. Only nobody stepped on me when I was a gnome, which is funny. I did have I wanted. Okay, when I played my rock gnome, there was one epic moment that I really wanted to have, and it was like kind of stolen from me, but I still got to pull it off kind of anyway. Because the dice gods were in my favor, and it's always nice when the dice gods are in your favor. The first one was I had made this. I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. I had made this catwalk attached to the ceiling because we were getting ready for an ambush. That wasn't really an ambush, but we were getting ready for an encounter. And so I'm up on this catwalk. I had one of our Asimars fly me up there because they had wings and they could fly. So I attached all this stuff. I built everything in the campaign, and it all held together because I was a tinkerer. And there's an item that I made that I want to see if you will allow me to have.
No.
Okay.
Because, like I said, Danella is part of my new character's backstory. There was an item that Danella made, and it's a little toy tree. It's like this big, but it looks like it has like a little tree stump and made shrubbery. It's fake, obviously, but it's a mechanical tree, and you can wind it up, and it'll just kind of go in a circle. It has like little wheels on the bottom of it, and it just kind of goes in a circle and plays music. That's like this big.
Oh, so it's like a music box almost.
Kind of. When we did it in the campaign, it ended up going to Sarah, but I'm Xing that part out because we don't deal with Sarah right now or ever. But my character had given it to her. She gave it back at the end of the campaign. But it originally was supposed to be a magic box that I created out of a bunch of blessed wood, and you could teach it a phrase in the old campaign. You could teach it a phrase and send it into battle, and it was basically like a distraction so that for one round you would have advantage on attacks. Only I'm changing it to be a music box. Because she made it, and it was my character had run-ins with Danella, and I wanted it to be like a sentimental thing that at night before they go to bed she can wind it up, play the music box, put it back in her stuff.
Oh, so basically, like like a starting trinket, kind of.
Kind of. Just as like a personal item that you can have.
Oh
Because
yeah, yeah.
like when I played Thea, I had a flute that her mother had made, and it was like a bronze flute. And I later on in the campaign, I had we went through a town, and I had one of the woodworkers make a box that I could put in it, lined with felt to keep it safe, and she would use to play this song her mother taught her when warriors would pass. And when they died, they'd play this song over their warriors so that they'd like rest in peace, kind of a thing. And she would just play the flute just for that, wipe it down, clean it, put it back in the box, and put it away. It was like a personal item. Each of my characters, I always have like something personal that they have. Ganella's was a necklace. Thea's was the flute. And I was like, that would be so cute if like my character could have that little music box that she just twisted and it goes around a couple times, plays like a little lullaby-ish song, and then she'd put it away. Because like if each of us had like a little personal something from, could be either from home or through their journey that they found, I think that would kind of be cool to implement into the campaign. And it just would be something like a conversation starter between the characters. They're like, "Oh, what's that?" You know.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I completely agree. That would be really really cool. Actually, and I was actually planning on having you guys like, if you guys didn't already have like a trinket in mind, to kind of like maybe even like roll for one, because I got a bunch of random
Oh,
roll tables for this too.
that would be cool. I mean, obviously, I've spoiled mine, but it's fine. I don't mind having it because there was more that went to it. But
Sounds like a plan. Definitely.
because I'm like, this is all I think about. I just because there's a lot that goes on up here. So it's not really a wonder why I don't sleep because this thing never shuts up. But I've tried to like think of different things that could make our campaign unique for us. Because I mean, like you as a DM, you've played with I don't know how many groups. You've ran it for
I've
who
run it
knows how many
for
groups.
I've run
Cybernetic
for a couple
implants.
people.
And I mean, just something to make it different for our particular campaign group, I think would make it a little bit more fun. Plus, we would possibly, this also depends off of if your DM allows it or not, allows for like segues of us to take like little, the DM prepared this, but the group wanted to go over here, kind of a thing
Yeah,
we wanted.
yeah. Which
That would just be
the
think on the
campaign
fly.
is pretty much like it's basically a giant sandbox. Like once you guys are actually in Barovia, so I mean you guys are free to basically go wherever. That being
Mm-hmm.
said, though, there are some areas that are a lot higher level than others, so be forewarned on that. I will make sure to put in warning signs. Hey, this area might have things that could kill you outright, but that's just the nature of Barovia in general, because it is a very, very dangerous area.
So we can go
Be
almost
forewarned. This is a
anywhere.
very, very high stakes, very high danger setting. The theme is, let's see, so the theme of the campaign is kind of a gothic horror kind of setting.
Well, I like it already.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of really deadly stuff in the campaign. So be forewarned on that.
Not including my
Um
wit.
not every encounter is meant to be fought against. Some encounters are meant to be ran from.
Well, and do you? This is a good question for if anybody doesn't know D&D or isn't really too familiar with it. Do you, as a DM,
Mhm.
allow for talk downs? Because one thing that a lot of people don't think about when it comes to D&D, and I've actually heard this from a lot of, you'll never guess, a lot of CEO people or people that like mingle with CEOs. They actually say D&D is a good game to get into if you are trying to build problem-solving skills, talking to people skills, things like actual real-life skills. You can learn them with by playing D&D because there's a lot of things you're going to have to think on the fly. Encounters that you come against where you're up against, we'll say, like, just for instance, you go up against Dracula and you have to, instead of fighting him or running, talk him down. Would you allow encounters to, obviously it would probably have to depend on roles as well, but would you allow that? If, like, one of
Oh,
the
like
characters, like,
peaceful,
let's talk down this guy.
peaceful resolutions to problems.
Yes.
If it makes sense, then yes.
Because, I mean, like, obviously, you know, this big old gigantic thing was like coming at us, and we're like, oh, let's talk about this, and he chomp chomp. Anyway, that's not going to make sense. But I mean, like, if it was a sophisticated bad guy who, you know, ends up being like the big boss in the end, but there's like an encounter way beforehand where we could possibly run into him and just like kind of be like, oh, we're, you know, not trying to be here right now. Sorry. And dip out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's plenty of options for like peaceful resolutions to things and different ways to do it.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
So what you're trying to say is, if it was Dracula, like Red said there, for instance, I could ask him out for garlic bread pizza.
Like I said, it has to make sense.
I want some pizza. Guys, you gotta stop talking about pizza. It's gonna want me make pizza.
That would make sense.
Oh.
Dracula, let's go out for garlic bread pizza and we'll talk about this after you're dead.
Technically, isn't Dracula already dead?
He's the undead.
Technically undead. But also technically, here's the thing though, because like in D&D, the whole garlic thing, that doesn't actually affect vampires.
No, I don't.
I was.
Just,
I don't. I know. I was.
aren't they technically liches?
Huh?
Aren't undead? Couldn't you consider them liches?
Well, lich is a type of
Not the
undead.
word lich. Liches?
I mean,
Not
a lich
leeches.
a lich is a kind of undead.
Here's the biggest question: what happens if a zombie bites a vampire?
That is a
Well,
very
the
good
vampire will probably
question.
backhand the zombie and be like, "Get back to work."
That is probably very
Depends
true.
on what kind of zombie, though, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Well, generally speaking, I mean, probably.
Mm-hmm. I'm just like, I'm sitting here, I'm trying to think of not only like our campaign talk, but there could be stuff that comes up in the realm of D&D that some people haven't
Thought of?
come across yet. Yeah, or thought of like to put in a campaign or to make his character.
Here's a weird thing. So, apparently, so you guys know how lycanthropy is in 5e, it's a curse and not a disease.
Yeah.
Not that familiar with it.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, lycanthropy in 5th edition is a curse, not a disease.
Okay.
That makes it so this is hilarious. So, Warforged, freaking construct people, they can become werewolves.
Okay.
Yeah. Freaking robot Warforged peoples, they can become werewolves.
Huh.
It's so weird. And they can also become vampires too, because it's just a state of being. They don't have any kind of immunity from like curses or anything like that, so they would still undergo like werewolf transformation. And then with vampirism, like the way that becoming a vampire works is like a vampire's bite reduces your health point total by the amount of necrotic damage it deals,
Yeah.
or your hit point maximum by that much. And then if your hit point maximum is reduced to 0 in this way, then and you are buried, then the next dawn or the next dusk you will rise as a vampire spawn. So it's just a new state of being.
Creepy. That's good. Remind me never get bitten by a vampire. I go through that too much in Skyrim. I can't get bitten by any vampires in our D&D game, okay? I can't promise you, though, that Ivy won't flirt with a few of them. Because she's
That's your own fault if you
She's a
get
rebel.
bitten then.
Oh, believe me, I'm sure you'll everyone's gonna get bit at least a few times over the course of the campaign. Don't worry, the hit point maximum reduction resets on a long rest, if I remember correctly, but
I don't want to get bitten. Can I just have a blessed something or another? Where it's just can Percy come in and shoot them in the face with his, curse gun and just kill everybody? Only if Vex will allow it. Kith and Kin. Oh, go buy it. While we're talking D&D stuff, I'm writing down notes for Discord. So if you guys have any more while we're in the middle of our chat.
it sounded like you said shat, and I was like,
I did the chat. Chat. Chat.
I know,
Yeah.
but it sounded like you said shat as in oh, someone such or such shat themselves.
Shit. Oh yeah. I'm trying to think of. I'm over here eyeballing this bucket of chocolate I got over here, and it's just calling my name. Although I haven't eaten any lunch yet. It's 2:00. I could have some popcorn though. I could go for some popcorn. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I had a couple oranges and some Theraflu before I came up here.
She's so sad. I had some vitamin D and some medicine. What we got there, Kenny?
That looks like paper.
Well, no. Sherlock.
Congratulations.
It's the letter to my lawyers for my job.
Firearm proficiency.
All I seen was proficiency.
I actually have additional stuff in my new book that just recently showed up, which is Hero's Handbook that has additional firearm stuff, additional firearm proficiencies. And there's also firearm proficiencies in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything now. And there's new firearm types, new ammunition types, and actually more than just the gunslinger class that can use guns now. They've got a new subclass for the Ranger, and they've got a new subclass for, I think it was the Blood Hunter, actually.
Okay. Since you said that, that actually brings up a question I legitimately have, because, like I said, the 2 campaigns that I've played, which I know some D&D stuff, but I don't know all of the things. Obviously, at certain levels, you get to add skill traits and things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me get to the page. Just a moment. I'm flipping through my player's handbook because I know there's a section for it that I don't ever dabble in, but I wanted to know.
Is it the multi-classing section, or is it the feats?
I'm trying to find it to be able to answer your question. Oh, that's what. You have gone too far, madam. This is your elevator music that you get to deal with while I try to find the thing.
Sweet. So I think is there different types of firearms that we can in the extra stuff you've got that we can actually use?
Sorry, what was that?
Is there other firearms we can actually use, bar basically the palm pistol, the musket?
Ooh boy, let me pull out the book. Yes.
I mean, Shadow and I came prepared for D&D talk. Why didn't you?
Because my bookshelf's like way heck over here, and it's
Well, why didn't
like
you set up next to your bookshelf? Like the
I am
truth
set
is
up
in
next
what
to my
you said.
bookshelf.
I was
Well, then
actually
you should have things open.
just thinking about, like, say,
It's
the drow
mythic
/
runes,
whatever is a
spells.
gunslinger, but I'm looking for more of a western vibe.
Ooh.
Okay. Western vibe. Hold on. I just spawned into a strike. I'm gonna need to like go ahead and return to orbit real quick.
No
Are
problem.
you seriously playing Destiny while we're supposed to be in the middle of a podcast?
I can
About
multitask.
No.
I'm playing Destiny this entire time. Okay, so
Someone, we need to have an
guns.
AA conversation with Monkey about
At the
Destiny.
beginning of this,
okay?
I was actually adding that mod that I was telling you guys
No
about
wonder
to my
why you
build.
were so silent. I'm like over here trying to get stuff going
To
so
be
that
honest, Red's just
Shadow has a
jealous because
decent.
you're just
Okay,
jealous,
so
Red. You
hold
can't,
on.
You can't stream on
Hold on.
Discord and play your PlayStation at the same time. That's what you're jealous
number
about.
one-
No, I can't.
Well, number one, I'm on
Yeah.
PC. Number two, my PC doesn't have a webcam on it.
Well, no, he's
Anyhow.
talking about being able to do one thing and another because the internet connection I have in my house sucks.
Let's
He's
see.
making a.
Any hoodle.
What?
So, new firearm types. Oh, there's also firearm attachments, by the way.
So, like a rocket launcher.
Sort of. You got. So each one works with a different kind of gun. There's the Barlgura's grip, which fits on the boomstick.
Oh, I think I
There's a
found it.
boar snout, which fits on a boomstick. There's Death's Whisper, which fits on a sidearm, and so it's basically a silencer. And then there's the Eagle Eye, which is basically a scope for like a long gun. So let's see,
Like
firearm
a sniper
types.
rifle?
Yeah, you got like long guns and stuff like that. So for sidearms, you've got the Castigator, coat pistol, double barrel coat pistol, flintlock pistol, double barrel flintlock, Peacekeeper, pepperbox, persuader, redeemer, rimfire revolver, and thumb gun.
Yeah, see, Percy had a pepper box and what was the big one that he had? What
He had
was it
the
called?
bad news.
Bad news, yeah.
Yeah. So for boomsticks, we've got the Dragon's Roar, the hand cannon, the Jakuli Charmer, the revolving Jakuli Charmer, the sawed-off Jakuli Charmer, the Musketoon, and the Peace Shooter, as well as the Scattergun. Let's see. And then for long guns, we've got the Arquebus, the Aurochs Bane, which is probably the strongest out of the bunch. It uses a unique kind of ammunition known as the Noisy Cricket.
Take it that's
there's the
taken
flintlock
from Men in Black.
Yep. And it's let's see, I'm pretty sure that ammunition costs like 5 gold per bullet, by the way, to craft.
That's fine, I'll just take it from Red.
Yeah, it costs like 5 gold per bullet to craft, but
You have to get
for good
from me.
reason.
Yep, you've got
You
gold.
can have it. You can have it from Thea. Thea, before you got on here. I was telling him about my Dragonborn when I had the campaign with my Dragonborn because she was. Let me pull out my. Let me pull out my notebook. So my Dragonborn had I use this little guy for my inventory purposes.
Hmm.
So I've had it for my first and second campaign. Well, at some point in time, we decided that we were going to use some party funds from like things that we found in dungeons or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I kind of favor, and I know this sucks, but like if I go and I loot a body that has like 20 gold pieces on it, those 20 gold pieces go to me after the party. Well, they was like, that's not fair because, we're all here. And I'm like, fine, I'll start party funds. Well, my character was actually richer than the
Hmm.
party put together for the
Oh,
party
dang.
funds. So in our party funds, we had 337 gold pieces. We had 13 platinum pieces, 132 silver pieces, and 298 copper pieces. Well, my Dragonborn had 825 gold pieces, 775 copper pieces, and 251 silver pieces.
Jeez.
Well, because every day we would get a particular amount of gold, plus whatever we would find or what have you, or by like buying and selling our personal items. I was a barbarian who her particular character, she didn't care about like wealth and money. So every time I got gold or anything of the sort, I would just hold on to it. She was rich. She was very rich.
So let's
Grabbing my
see.
charger really quick.
Oh yeah.
Plugging in
So
the
like
apple juice.
last few after Oroc's Blade, let's see. You also got the flintlock rifle, flintlock musket, marksman's rifle, Mechanist carbine, pepperbox rifle, rainmaker, and woodpecker rifle.
Mechanist carbine.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find the description of that one. Let's see. Sidearms, boomsticks, long guns. Mechanist carbine. A single barrel long gun with an internal chamber that holds up to 5 immense cartridges. First designed in Mechanus. When fired, a spring pushes the next cartridge into place. Though much shorter, the barrel is rifled, giving it incredible range. So it's basically like think like the DMR from Halo, except for like actually no, actually think of it more like
A
an
Winchester
M1
rifle.
Garand, or like an M1 Garand almost in a way, except for it only holds 5 rounds, and it's chambered in like I think it was massive cartridge, which is okay. How much damage does that do? Oh yeah, 2d10 piercing for massive cartridge. And let's see, that one, it's 5 gold for 5 bullets, and the bullets are about 1 pound apiece. Their properties for the bullets for massive cartridge are Blare 300, so that means it can be heard very clearly from up to 300 feet away. And let's see, what does Wreck do? Wreck. This ammunition is propelled with incredible force, shattering anything in its path, dealing double damage to structures and objects.
Ooh.
To put that in perspective, Noisy Cricket, 3d10 piercing, each bullet weighs 2 pounds, Blare 600, Rend, and Wreck. So, let's see, Wreck's the one that does double damage to objects and structures, and then Rend, this ammunition is designed to pierce hide and scale alike. It deals double damage to beasts.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No shooting a wolf, thank you. While
Depends how
you're
hungry I get.
mulling over.
Let's see. Oroc's
Well,
Bane,
she's gonna
heavy.
be helping us with. She's gonna be helping us with finding food for the party, so don't shoot her.
Yeah. So, Oroc's Bane, the properties of the. Oh my gosh, the gun itself weighs like 30 pounds. It's an anti tank rifle, basically.
Jesus. So you better be a strong boy.
Oh, yeah. So, range 600 with a maximum long range of 2,400.
Okay.
Let's see. Properties heavy, prepare, loading, precise, and two handed. So let's see what those properties do. What do those properties do? Let's see. Obviously, the heavy property means stuff. You have to have a certain strength score, I think, in order to wield heavy. Let's see. Prepare. Some firearms require you to light a fuse, operate a mechanism, carefully aim, or perform some other task before use. Whatever the case, you must prepare this firearm to be fired before you can fire it on your turn, or if you take a ready action in order to fire it on a later turn. You use a bonus action on your turn to prepare a firearm. Let's see. Let's see what else it have. Loading, so it has to be reloaded. Precise. What does precise do? Two-handed means obviously you have to build with two hands. Precise. You don't make attack rolls with disadvantage with this weapon due to being prone. So basically, this one, like, it's good to use it while prone. It's basically like an anti-tank sniper rifle.
Ooh.
The thing I was going to ask you
Yes.
was, I found it. It's in the section of like where you learn about multi-classing and all that fun stuff. It's in chapter 6
Yes.
of the Player's Handbook. The feats section.
Yes.
I thought it was like a whole chapter, but it's not. It's just part of the chapter. So anytime that your character, hang on, let me switch over here back to my Rangers thing. So I have
Anytime they hit an
everything.
ability score increase, you can choose to take a feat instead. Yes, I will allow feats, but they would have to make sense. Same with multi-classing. It has to be one that would either make sense from a player perspective, or
mhm.
it has to be something that, like, certain multi-classing options can actually be unlocked through story stuff. Like, certain
Right.
unique multi-classing options can be unlocked through story stuff.
Mhm.
I can't really give any details on like which ones, like in specific situations yet, because
No, that's fine. My question was because, like I said, I've only played 2 campaigns, and and this will actually be better for me because you can explain this to me at home as well. But when you're leveling up, and like you said, when
yes.
it's ability score, because I know the for my case it's going to be Ranger, so my Ranger archetype features that I can gain as we go is different than the ability scores. So when it comes to your ability, what have yous, and you can take a feat
Mm-hmm.
as long as it makes sense. You can always come back here to the back of the book and pick one of these, right? Instead of, because I know like within the section of, like for me, Ranger, there's like a new ability that you can get within here, which makes sense. So like the improvements I can either do, I get like extra attack, lance stride, all that fun stuff. But if I didn't want to do one particular one, I could go pick one from the feats, is what the question is, if it makes any sense.
Technically, no. So an ability score improvement, or ASI, is usually it's at 4th, 8th, 12th, or 16th level, and that's like one of those level ups where you'd gain either a +2 to one stat or a +1 to two different stats. You can choose to either forgo that to take a feat, or pick that, basically.
Oh, okay. So you have to trade one for the other, is what you're
Yeah,
saying. Okay,
yeah,
makes
basically.
sense. Makes sense. I never knew because I was like I said, I would sit there and I would watch like CR, and I'm like, but they're picking a different feat than what's like in their thing, and I never knew how that was achievable. But that makes sense.
Right, like for
Playing so
instance,
far is
when
pretty
I
efficient.
think was it Vax took like the lucky feat or something like that.
Um, yeah, but do rogues have luck because they're rogues?
Won't a rogue need some type of luck?
I
Because
Right,
mean,
that's what
I
I'm.
know halflings have it innately. Or they have
Yeah,
invisible
halflings.
ones?
It's just it's a class ability that they have. They
Yeah.
don't have to have it as a feature because it comes with their class. Um,
And then also,
I'm looking
actually, with that
at.
new book that I got, some of the ones that are in the player's handbook that are a little more on the underwhelming side, that book
Mhm.
actually revamped those feats.
Mm,
So they might actually be a little better than they actually are in the player's handbook. And there's also
right.
new racial
Well,
feats, too.
I know that for everybody on the planet who's like just trying to dive into D&D, you get this because this is like your base core fundamentals of how to play the game. And then
Yeah.
the more you learn, the more skills you get with playing, you can, go on to all the other stuff. I
Oh,
was just
by the
like, I
way,
never go for it.
for the wizard, we now have a new one called Siege Magic that does like double damage against structures.
Oh, please let me do that when I play Sparrow. She's
You can
look,
you can
Sparrow is an
magically make
angry
freaking ballistas and
tiefling.
stuff.
Sparrow is an angry tiefling whose family was killed. So we'll do a little bit of background about Sparrow because she was my first D&D baby I ever made. Never played her. But Sparrow is an angry tiefling who her family died in a village fire, and like their village was made up of all of the like the outcast races, so like all the half races, and there's like lots of tieflings, lots of dark elves, half orcs, half elves, and I think a few like there was a couple like Feywild creatures that were actually in this village.
Mm-hmm.
We even had a frost giant or a frost. Was it a frost giant or was it a frost troll? Frost. I think I wrote it in like a. I think it was a frost giant. But we had a couple of those in the village, and they were like the sentries at the front gate. And up the mountain because it was like right off of the foothills of this mountain is where they made the village, and up at the top was this monastery where a bunch of clerics were at. And yeah, it's Osiris. I'm trying to find the deity because I have my book right in front of me, so I can give you the deity of the clerics that they had.
Oh, you thought it was Osiris, but it's actually Savathun all along.
Sus!
No.
You're sus! And your breath smells like dog food. Who's a good boy?
All dogs smell like that. He's so pretty. I love his coat. It's just so shiny. That's right, Osiris. You're a pretty puppy.
Right. Come on in.
He's like, but Dad, they're giving me compliments. Come on now.
Come on in. Hold on, turn you. It's okay. I've got you. Oh.
He's like, Dad, hold me. I'm scared.
No hands.
Yeah, he's like, what are you doing? What are you
Look.
doing, Dad?
Other way. Other way around.
Trying to find.
You got your paw stuck.
I think I found it. Maybe.
Oh, that's not a place for your paw, boy.
Thank you.
Poor
That's
guy.
my no-no square. Oh.
Don't touch the no-no square.
Oh, who likes getting scratched? Yee.
The deity. It was a deity of Eberron.
Shut. Shut. Is that
What's
red?
And it was I'm giving you the back my tiefling's background. The school that was there, the monastery or whatever, that all these clerics were in, the deity that they had worshipped was Aureon, Aureon. I think that's how you say it. I don't know.
Okay.
But the symbol is an open tome.
Oh,
so my tiefling, who is a wizard, she carries this necklace that one of the clerics gave her, and the symbol it's a cleric symbol, of the open tome. So, like, you know how the clerics, when they do some of their spells, they hold onto that tome.
Yeah.
They do like their little prayer and do the somatics and everything, and then they cast their spells. Well, she has that. She doesn't use it. She just has it because she had it from being young. And part of her thing was like one of her best friends was a half elf, and during the attack, there was some people that were taken, some were killed, and the rest survived. Well, the clerics had seen the smoke rising. Like, this mountain was tall. They're at the top of this mountain, and they seen all this smoke. And they had went down to help the villagers and obviously heal the ones that were, you know, close to death and all this. So her parents were killed in the fire, and the clerics take her back up to the monastery or the school, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is. It was like an up and down if it was going to be a school or a monastery. And the clerics teach her how to use her magic because she was very angry and she would set things on fire. When she'd get mad, she'd just blast fireballs everywhere. Because she was a red, angry tiefling. And she was like, her purpose was to go find her best friend. But that's like what her adventuring, that's why she started adventuring, was to go find her best friend. But I was like, that's the character I want to play at the house. But she's like very angry, tiefling, just doesn't care about anybody else but her friend. And she's just like, to the world, you know. Everybody else can go to bucket. I was like, I've been waiting to have the proper campaign to play my angry tiefling. Sparrow is her name. That's the name the clerics gave her. She's always flying off the rails. So they're like, you're whatever her name was. I don't know, because it was always Sparrow to me, and I'm like, it's got to make sense why they call her Sparrow.
Flying off rails sounds like somebody else we know.
Well, I mean, you know, kind of is my character. It makes sense. It was the first D&D character I ever made. Like, when I first had got into Critical Role and everything, that's the very first character I ever made. She was supposed to start out as a monk, and like, backstory just didn't make sense. So I was like, she's a wizard. Makes more sense.
You're a wizard, Sparrow.
On the wall.
You're a wizard.
Meanwhile, the lizard folk characters are like, yeah, and I'm a lizard.
Nope, science didn't agree with that. You're wrong. Right. Who are you talking back to? Shut up.
So speaking of redesigned feats, the ones that have been edited are Actor, Charger, Defensive Duelist, Dungeon Delver, Durable, Grappler, Heavy Armored, Keen Mind, Lightly Armored, Linguist, Mage Slayer, Martial Adept, Moderately Armored, Mounted Combatant, Savage Attacker, Shield Master, Skilled, Skulker, Tough, Weapon Master, and that's about it. Then there's a bunch of new ones as well.
Mm-hmm.
Including Explorer, Ground Fighter, Gunsmith, Siege Engineer, and then there's a bunch of different racial ones as well.
Gunsmith? So that means I can cross Gunslinger and Gunsmith.
Yeah. So, Gunsmith. You have disassembled and reassembled countless firearms, gaining the following benefits. You learn 2 gun modifications from the Wildcat modifications available from the Wildcat or Ranger subclass. In the modification, or if the modification has a prerequisite of any kind, you can choose that modification only if you're a Wildcat or Ranger who meets the prerequisites. Whenever you gain a level, you can replace one modification gained from this feat with another modification. And you also gain proficiency with one firearm of your choice.
That was a lot of information.
Yeah.
Let me rub my beard too that I don't have.
Here, you guys can't see it, but I am also rubbing my beard to join in the fun. Let's
Say
see,
nothing.
so-
Say nothing. I don't have a beard.
Keeping that locked under.
I've got stubble, not a beard.
For reference, my sister and I, when we were kids, we would always do this.
Had beards.
I'm like, let me just rub my beard. And we're both girls. We don't have beards. But it was always fun to, like, join in the whatever this is that men do.
Oh, hold up. I just remembered a thing that that you reminded me earlier of, Red. So,
Is that good or
I
bad?
totally forgot. Another player race that this book introduced. You can play as a Trollkin character if you wanted to. So, like, an outcast from
What's a
Troll Society.
troll?
So, like, a troll, but like, yes, like
Troll
yeah.
descent.
And they have
What's a
this.
trollkin? Is it like a tiny troll?
I mean, sort of. It's not. They're not tiny, but like.
He's the runt of the litter.
Basically. There's also Gargons, which are weird giant folk. There's Stone Childs, and they got 3 different sub-races, so you can play as like a little tiny one that's part gargoyle. You can play as one that's basically freaking Dave Bautista, but like as a rock. And then there's the ones that are basically the Thing from Fantastic Four. Then for Trollkin, let's see, they get...
I had an infernal penguin.
Nice. So let's see. Oh, that's kind of cool. And they get accelerated healing. So as a bonus action, you can regain hit points equal to your level plus your Constitution modifier. They get dark vision, limited regeneration, so you can add your Constitution modifier to your death saves. Plus, if any body parts have been severed, you can regrow after, like, 10 days. So, like, say you get an arm that gets chopped off or something like that, it can regrow. Let's see. Predatory smell. You have proficiency in perception and advantage on perception checks that rely on smell. As well as, like, survival checks to try and track something with a sense of smell. Let's see. Troll Blood Invigoration. What's that do? Whenever you regain hit points from any source other than your accelerated healing trait, you regain an additional number of hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. For the purpose of this trait, it counts as regaining hit points once from a single source when you regain hit points by spending hit dice during a short rest, regardless of how many hit dice you roll. Okay, interesting.
I found stuff.
You found stuff?
I found stuff.
Ooh.
I found more things from my Avernus campaign. So this like weird manila paper is our demon contract, the contract that we had with I think it was Gargoth, that's who it was. That was the demon we had a contract with. But I found the paperwork to our war machine, our infernal war machine.
Mm-hmm.
And ours looked like this.
Ah, Killdozer. Okay.
So we had one of those, and the official name of our vehicle was Ragnarok.
Nice.
And it gives us all of our stats on the side. But the coolest thing, I still have our map to the race. We were part of a demon race. Starting point, finish point. We got to pick how we wanted to get here. But halfway through our race, because we had like soul coins and stuff that we used to energize this thing. Halfway through our race, because I mentioned that Danella was a tinkerer, our war machine broke, and we came across some bones of a couple different ones. So I was like, can I take parts off of this one to put on this one as we're like going through the race? Because it took us an entire session to get through the race.
Oh yeah, it's
because we had to go from like a long stretch of land. And he was like, sure, why not, if the dice will allow it. So as I was like rolling, a couple of them were bonkers. A couple of them actually worked, but we had I think a large chain that came from the war machine itself and had like a gigantic mace, spiked mace at the end. So one person had like crane like operations, and it would come out and swing, and it could like go over the side of the war machine and swing and like hit other people.
Nice.
And then the other one I had was like a spiked. It was like it basically like shot javelins at people,
Oh, cool.
but everything was attached to chains, so we could like shoot a javelin at them, and if it didn't like absolutely break their vehicle, then we could like yank them to us, and that like shovel part would break them. And of course,
So
ours
it's
was
like
so huge.
kind of like a harpoon cannon, basically, almost, except for it's got like a hook chain at the end of it.
Kind of. Because, like, Danella had, soldier background, so I was, like, trying to make it as workable as possible, not just, like, I'm not just sticking stuff on here. It had to make sense to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I make a cannon and shoot, like, javelins out at it? But everything was made of like, rusty metal parts because we were in hell. So it had to, make sense of it being in hell. And, I just thought it was cool that actually worked. But I was just, filtering through all the crap I had in my notebooks, and I found it, and it just sparked the story of. But
play the long
that infernal penguin that I showed you, I have 3 sheets of pink paper here, and we all had to write something on our paper, and we got to go around in this bag, and we had to pick 3 features that would be personality traits to our infernal penguins, and we had to like take them to this place, and we had like a infernal penguin fight. So my infernal penguin smelled like cinnamon.
Oh God!
Brushed their hair too much and was angry. So whenever the penguin got angry, it would fart cinnamon and just start raking its hands through its hair.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just trying to say, if I was an infernal penguin who smelled like cinnamon, I would be angry.
Especially if it's farting cinnamon, like that's gonna hurt.
What the hell is
angry with fart
That's
cinnamon?
that's like the freaking cinnamon challenge, but in reverse, at the wrong end.
You just think
When I got these 3 features, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" They're like, "Well, it smells like cinnamon." I'm like, "No, it's angry. Anytime it gets angry, it farts and just starts raking its hands through its hair."
Just think, the penguin's sitting there, thinking to itself, "I must have been the penguin Hitler in my past life."
I mean, can you imagine just how much it would suck to have like the burning feel of like cinnamon farting out of your butthole? Like
exactly.
that.
So I didn't pick any of these features. Remember, there was like 5 or 6 of us in this group, and each of us had to write one down. No, it was more like 5 of us. And each of us wrote down something. So there's 3 things all of us had to write down. I think mine was the one that I wrote. Let me see. I gotta check the handwriting.
Right, 2 seconds, the dog needs it.
I wrote angry, and I wrote brushes hair too much. Like, one of the flaws was his brushes his hair too much, and it was like angry. And somebody else wrote cinnamon, because that is not my handwriting. And I just thought it was funny because it was an angry penguin who farted cinnamon if he got too mad and would rake its hand through its hair. I'm like, how does a penguin, infernal penguin, have hair?
That awkward moment when it basically has long, luscious Fabio locks.
That's what I would picture every time it would happen, and I'm like, this is now a thing. I have an angry penguin who just brushes its hair too much and farts out cinnamon. And it made it funny because, like, my penguin never fought. So every time something would happen and I would get pissed, like, you would see its cheeks get red, and then you'd be like, cinnamon.
Which
And
ones?
it would just start. What?
From the cinnamon?
No, it's like face cheeks.
Okay, I was gonna say.
The way, because he was like, well, how do you describe your penguin getting angry? Because it would be angry all the time. So every time it would walk around, all you would smell is cinnamon. So it's like the equivalent of a pissed off Jigglypuff. Instead of writing on people's faces, it would just fart out cinnamon. Knowing full well that I didn't come up with that as a thing, it just happened.
That reminds me
Oh,
of
one more.
like halfway through freaking JoJo's Part 3 where they introduced the new character Iggy, who's a dog that like, so they're like, oh yeah, he's got three quirky characteristics. He chews hair. He farts when he chews hair. He also eats coffee flavored gum.
What? Now that's even weirder than mine.
Dude, yeah, and it's a dog. Except for, here's the thing though, Araki, the guy that does like all of the, like the guy who wrote JoJo's, he doesn't know how to draw realistic dog faces. So this dog just looked weird the entire time. But that's okay because it totally fits though.
To be honest, excuse me. To be honest, drawing like dog faces, wolf faces, anything like that in general is hard. I mean, you have no idea how hard it is for me to make my just my logo in and of itself, because I'm like, drawing dog faces is hard because they're so unique. Each one has its own personality. Each one has, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Let me send you a picture of Iggy real quick because Iggy is a whole on like character.
Lord. How's the chat going? I think Shadow had to walk away for just a moment. How's we doing, guys and gals? Just like giving an eyeball at who's on first, what's on second? I don't know. Third base.
Oh my.
Not that kind of third base, you nerd.
Alright, so anyhow, this is here, I'm sending you a picture of Iggy right now. Or should I send
dear.
it via Discord so you can see it?
Well,
It's from your phone, aren't you?
yeah, it's not. I got it on my phone, but it's not gonna. I'm not gonna look at it until after.
Ah.
Let's see if I can move you over here a little bit. Look at my lovely ceiling. Look at it. Observe it. Love it. You will love it. You will love it and love the fact that you're loving it. Oh, here, let's do this.
Also, the dog is a stand user, apparently.
The dog has a what?
Well, so stands are a manifestation of like a person's like willpower or whatever the heck, and like his is like a car made of sand for some reason. I don't know why. Or a car robot made of sand.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
You're so weird.
Hey.
Dude, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is so freaking weird. Sorry, it's bizarre, I should say.
Yeah.
Weird is as weird does. I was just talking to the chat a little bit, Shadow.
Yeah, so it is actually, so it's like car robot sand bird thing. Yeah, I'll send that.
No. Good God, stop texting me stuff. Because I'm not gonna look at it right now. 'Cause
I
I'm
know,
on
I'm
my.
just sending it in advance.
Just send it to me via Discord because I can look at it on.
You can look at his wit on Discord. What?
I can look at it on my tablet
Okay,
because
here,
I have
let me go and do
Stream
that real
up
quick then.
and I have Discord up at the same time. See, look.
That's not for you. That's for
Stream's right
Tori.
here.
Noise
Discord
in
right
that
here.
case.
Stream.
So this
Discord.
is
Stream,
Iggy and
Discord.
his stand.
Oh dear lord. I got them all. It's kind of cutesy, kind of, but I mean,
It definitely fits in the world of JoJo's, though.
is Tori in the chat?
She's in the Discord
Don't
chat.
pretending you can read.
Yeah. She's the one that can't read.
Let's see. While we're doing the thing, I am adding extra stuff to. I'm doing the big tuna. All you see is from here up.
Ooh,
I
that's.
am
Oh,
adding.
also. Ooh, what are you adding?
It's just gonna get added to the pack house because it doesn't have any need to go anywhere else.
There's also a new one for the Barbarian that some of y'all might be
Two.
interested in. It is the Brewmaster Barbarian. It's technically a potion making one, but like it's basically like it's what Grog Strongjaw wishes he could be because it is the penultimate drunk barbarian.
Recipes. I mean, Strongjaw was a hot character.
Oh, they also added it was like I think, what was it for that background? What did they add? Where was that? It was over here. Innkeeper. They added Innkeeper as one of the backgrounds. As well as Courier, Amnesiac, Feral, Infiltrator, Hunter,
It said burrito.
Tinkerer, and Villain as a background now.
Well, for the Tinker thing, I had that as Danella had that, but it was part of her gnome race.
Yeah. And then let's see, for Bard we got, let's see, College of Song and College of Weaving. Blood Hunter, we've got a new Order of the Courser, which is the one that is the guns one, and you get basically magic guns. And Order of the Lich Hunter, which is interesting.
I've got magic guns.
Let's see, Cleric. What do we got? What do we got for Cleric? Cosmic Domain. So if you wanted to be Cthulhu Cleric, you can. And then Vigilance Domain, which is like Justice. And then for Druid, we got Circle of Blooming, which is like more hippie druids. And then Circle of Primeval Grove, which is like primal spirits and stuff like that. For the fighter, we've got the Phylax, which is like a phalanx warrior. So like the shield locking bros from 300.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Myrmidon, which is it's kind of like a mix between like the champion fighter and the Battlemaster because you get Battlemaster like skills, but they're all very heroically themed.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Some of those things would have been really good to have when I played Danella because she was a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, if you're going to have like somebody who's never played before, I would say either have them play as a fighter or like a barbarian, something along those lines that doesn't have any spells involved or anything like that, because you can literally just go in and smash things.
Yeah, and actually, at the beginning of this book, it adds in like for the thing where it shows like all of the subclasses like as a giant table.
Mm-hmm.
It actually gives a complexity rating for each subclass,
Nice.
with siege magic being one of the most complex out of the bunch. Actually, correction: the Wildcatter Ranger and the Toymaker Artificer being the most complex out of the bunch. Because there's a new Toymaker Artificer, apparently. And there's also the Mechanist for the Artificer, which makes it so you can make like mech suits and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Let's see. For the monk,
All
you
right,
got
I have
Way
a
of the Crescent Flow, so it's like moon-shaped movements.
stunning strike, pop pop.
Let's see. Way of Bestial Mimicry, so that's basically like so let's see, turtle style, owl style, sturge grip, stuff like that.
Oh,
For
let's
the
see.
paladin, what do we got? Oh, they got added fighting styles for the paladin too. So let's see, retaliation and vigilance, which is really cool. Oh, that's so cool! Vigilance fighting style. You can add your proficiency bonus to your initiative rolls. Then retaliation. When a creature within 5 feet of you you can see attacks a target other than you, you can use your reaction to make a single weapon attack against the attacker. You must be wielding a melee weapon. Interesting. Let's see. There's a couple different new paladin oaths as well. There's Oath
What
of
in the
Absolution.
fuck did I walk into?
Oath of Absolution is let's see,
Okay.
also referred to as Sin Eaters.
That dude is a bit of a freak. Sorry I touched that.
Uh-oh. Let's see, and then Oath of Forbiddance as well. Oath of Forbiddance is about like protecting
Oh dear.
forbidden knowledge from people that might try to use it. Let's see. For the Ranger, there's Primordial Keeper, which is like a it's like the elemental planes kind of ranger. So let's see. Yeah, they get some really interesting like elemental themed abilities. Then the Wildcatter is like the their little quote at the top, because you know like every single like subclass or class has like a little in quotation marks kind of thing at the top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, theirs is literally guns, lots of guns. The Wildcatter's solution to any problem.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. So they get a little bit of magic, looks like. They also get let's see, expert gunsmith kind of stuff, ammunition and firearm modifications.
That's gonna look a little bit better.
Oh, that's interesting. So at 7th level, when a creature hits you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to duck and roll, moving to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you without provoking an opportunity attacks, and causing the triggered attack to miss you instead. You can use
So
this feature a
basically
number of
that's like an
times.
uncanny dodge.
Kind of, except for it actually moves you. And you can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest.
That's interesting.
Let's see. Let's see. Ammunition modifications. Ooh, okay. So you could potentially... Let's see. Oh, there's also firearm specialization. So you could go into sidearm specialization, boomstick specialization, or long gun specialization. For the ammunition modifications, there's Bing Bag rounds, which work with shotguns. There's explosive rounds, fragmentation rounds, grappling shot, hard cap shots, hollow points, impact tremors, incendiary rounds, magical shots, magnetic bullets. Oh, interesting.
Magnetic bullets.
Yeah, magnetic bullets. So when you target a creature that wears metallic armor with this type of ammunition, you make the attack with advantage. Let's see. Makeshift ammo. Let's see. Poison chamber bullet and silver coating. Then for sidearm modifications, you got iron sights, pistol grip improvement, long barrel sidearms, wide barrel sidearms. And then, let's see, boomstick. You get armored boomstick stocks, chambering improved drums, short barrel boomsticks, and underbarrel boomsticks.
Here's a question
Yes.
for Shadow, because I know he's stuffing his face. Here's the question, though. What,
Finished.
for your bard, what instrument would you choose?
Probably a long gun.
No, an instrument for your bard, like
Oh, an instrument. Sorry, my brain just went okay. Guitar.
nice,
Okay.
Bagpipes.
like a newer style guitar or like a lute guitar.
A newer style guitar.
Nice, I can dig it. I'm sitting here and I'm like sketching while your monkey's going on about bullets and things, and I'm like, what kind of instrument? It just popped up in my head.
Well, I'm just looking at the gunsmith thing, to be honest. That looks quite nifty because you can create grenades as well when you reach a certain level. Hellfire shot when you reach level 15.
Mm-hmm.
You can fix a flashlight to your weapon as well. Scope, spring holster. See, I quite like the spring holster one. Because literally, prerequisite firearm does not have the two-handed property. You can stow or draw the firearm freely without using an action.
But yeah, that's muy bueno.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be pretty convenient, especially like if we're in the middle of like heavy battle. That way you don't have to you don't have to waste an action by dropping a weapon and readying another one. You can like do all in one shot.
Yeah. Let's see.
Just
So
gonna have a
what
bow
new
in there.
spells do we have in here, though? Let's see. We got. Let's see. Absorb affliction, abundant ammunition, anti spotty divination, aphasia, beguiling gift, bestow greater curse, binding contract, borrow skill, buoyancy, call beast, Carrion Compass, Detect Faith, Disguise Scent, Domestic Confinement, Guiding Star, Hollowed Bond, Hidden Knowledge, Hunter's Lore, Ironwood, Infernal Blessing, Lethargic Leech, Locate Hearth, Martyr's Bargain, Mindlink, Mindlock Messenger, let's see, Midriatic Spontaneity, or Spontaneity? Yeah, something like that. Odine's Locking Gaze, Penumbra, Razorvine, Red Right Hand, Restore Corpse, Saddle Surge, Sacred Smite, Sentinel's Watch, Silent Table, Sundering Shield, Unprepare, Quiet, Unseen Staff, Voltaic Feedback, Wild Goose Chase, Wingrave's Discomfort Deterrent, Wingrave's Hidden Hearth and Home, and Wingrave's Wondrous Workstation. Curious on that Wild Goose Chase one. What does that do?
What we're doing. I'm working on the
Nice.
details of this one first.
Nice.
I
It
like
looks
that.
good. So
Yeah,
Wild Goose
from
Chase.
afar until you get up close, it's all sketchy.
Well, to be fair, you are sketching the character, so.
Well, I mean, I'm still like putting clothes and stuff on her.
Fuck off with that.
Wild Goose Chase. Second level transmutation. Ritual. Casting time, 1 action. Range, touch. Components, vocal and somatic. Duration, 12 hours. You touch the unworked ground, causing vines to sprout and form in the shape of you or a willing humanoid you also touch. The resulting vine shape does nothing until you order it to move in a certain direction. Once ordered to do so, it starts running and continues to do so for the duration of the spell. The vine shape moves and smells exactly like the creature it imitates, leaving tracks in its wake that are indistinguishable from those created by the creature it imitates.
Wow.
Hmm.
I am so bad at that.
So basically, you make a duplicate of yourself out of vines and tell it to go run somewhere to deter someone else and throw someone else off your course. Or throw someone else off your tracks.
So basically, Mirage.
Could that be a ranger spell?
I'm guessing it might be, actually. Let me look at the
Because that
ranger list here.
actually that sounds like something that would be helpful as far as like if a ranger was trying to distract something to
It
like
does
cover its
not
tracks a little bit.
It does not appear to be on the ranger spell list, but it is on the druid spell list.
Well, of course, I would figure it would be on druid because it's more earth connected.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it is exclusive to the druid spell list, actually.
Well, that would still be awesome if one could pull it off properly.
Yeah.
Is that one that you have to? No, because I don't know spells that well. Are there some spells that you have to roll for versus some spells that just happen, or to like see if it succeeds?
Some of them, yes. Let's see. As far as new ranger spells, at least in this book anyway. Actually, here, let me grab the other one because there's also epic characters, which I think might have also had some new stuff. I don't know. Let me double check.
Dude, leave your wine key alone.
Or was epic characters just for mythic stuff? Yeah, I think it was just for mythic stuff.
Here comes my sibling. Everybody run.
Oh no.
I would, but my boobs jiggle.
You would, but you're what?
My boobs jiggle, and they're classified as deadly weapons if they start moving at a certain speed.
Let's see. Mythic spells.
That makes absolutely no sense.
There's some really nasty mythic spells, by the way. So the way mythic spells work is they are like the equivalent of. So there's only 3 levels of mythic spells, 1, 2, and 3, but they are like the equivalent of 15th, 17th, and 19th level spells,
Oof.
which normally would only be attainable by deities, but they can potentially be bestowed by deities upon mortals.
Hmm. As we both.
Hmm. Indeed.
Well, if you really want, I'm sure I can bestow it upon you because I am a living god after all. I am. It's called the Church of Kenny. Look it
Oh my
up.
gosh. Apparently, there is a religion for spaghetti.
Yep.
It's like a spaghetti god. It's really weird.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Pastafarians. There's actually
There's-
a Pastafarian church in Portland.
I didn't know it was a thing. I thought these did. So there's 2 guards, security guards that work at my job.
Mhm.
Who knows how long it's going to be my job for? But and they were telling me about it, and I'm like, "You're pulling my leg," and they're like, "It's a legitimate thing," and I had to go and look it up, and it's a legitimate thing, and I'm like, "There's people who pray to pasta."
Oh yeah, they wear colanders on their heads, actually.
It's very different.
Yes. Very, very different. Welcome to Portland stuff. Okay, let's see. What's a good example of a really stupidly busted mythic spell? Ah, yes. Power Word Massacre.
That sounds aggressive.
Yeah, it's Power Word Kill, but instead of a single target, it's a 60-foot radius.
Rock, lizard, paper, scissor, Spock.
Oh, and then Missile Storm is basically Magic Missile, but it's 100 of them.
Now see, that's aggression.
Yes, that is very aggression.
Actually, I think that's
Oh, and you
about
can
25 million light.
I have 7.4k points on your channel.
You go, what?
7.4k points on your channel.
Damn. I need to put some in more redeems, to be honest, but yeah. That's
Well,
a
half
lot.
the time I'm like, I never know what to redeem. There's the highlight message, there's drink, there's let one loose, there's the wife.
That one's good.
Shake the butt, you're in trouble. Answer my question or be nice.
I'll be nice anyway. I need to change that one. No swearing at me
Well,
being
for the
nice.
month of January, it's not gonna,
Yeah, exactly.
unless I hear you and your wife going at it, then I can just redeem a be nice.
Oh, here's a very interesting one that only warlocks can get. It's one called Odian's Binding. It turns basically what it does is it turns someone's mind into a book.
Okay.
Their body gets like teleported to some other little demiplane or whatever, and you can actually
Oh,
like.
hang on. I gotta go downstairs real quick.
Okay, I will continue
Slap your
explanation
dad for
after
me.
you get back. And then once my copy of Laurent's Guide to the Plains Shadowfell shows up, I'll have significantly more spells and stuff to go through as well and choose
Dang.
from in subclasses that are all Shadowfell themed.
Ooh. Seeing that sounds nice.
Which I'm pretty sure that's probably the only print on. No, wait, never mind. I have another print on demand coming as well. That being Monster Manual Expanded Volume 3. That one's going to be a fun one. I've got the PDF for it. It's got some good stuff.
Ooh. I think this is going to be a good campaign. It's going to be real good.
I knew that was going to happen. Always at that one bit.
Right. Trying to laugh at you. Nope, because that would be mean. And I am not a mean person. No, I am not mean.
I hear things, but I don't know what it is because I don't have the Oh. And I didn't have the wherewithal to mute my microphone when I left.
So, dude,
She's back.
no weird
So
stuff.
if y'all heard things, okay, good.
Yeah. So, Odian's Binding. First level mythic transmutation.
Are you
Casting time 1
seriously
minute.
reading off every single spell and everything in your book?
No. Just this one.
Just the really good ones.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, just this one.
Just checking. Just checking.
So, range, touch, components are vocal somatic material. The material component is a book bound in precious metals and treated with rare oils worth at least 10,000 gold. Duration, instantaneous. You squint your eyes and nod your head, targeting a humanoid within range. If the target has more than 100 hit points, nothing happens. If the target has 100 hit points or fewer, the target's mind is separated from its body, causing the body to disappear into an extra-dimensional space. The target, the target's mind is absorbed by the material component, that being the book, which becomes filled with all of the target's life experiences, 1 page for each day the target has lived. The material component becomes magical and takes on an appearance of your choosing. While the target's mind and body are separated in this manner, it doesn't perceive anything and cannot die. Every thought and memory the target had, including those long forgotten or erased by magic, are transcribed in the book in the language the creature spoke or thought with as it occurred. The utterances of others that the target has overheard are also transcribed in the book in the language they were spoken, though they are transcribed phonetically if the target heard an utterance it could not understand. While holding the book, you can verbally pose a question or proclaim some piece of information you are looking for. Then, if available in the book, the book's pages will magically turn until a page is revealed that best divulges the information you seek. By spending 5 gold pieces worth of fine inks and 1 hour of work, you can replace a page in the book with a freshly written page, or you can remove a page entirely. Each time you do this, the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or come to accept the changes as actual memories or lack thereof. Any memories replaced or removed in this manner can only be restored with a wish spell. If the book is destroyed, the target dies and its body is annihilated. Only a wish spell cast on the book can reunite the target's mind and body, causing the book to be annihilated in the process.
Ooh.
And that's how stupid mythic spells can be. Well,
That's-
that and Power Word Massacre and Missile Swarm, I think it was.
Yeah, Missile Swarm's quite.
There's some gross ones.
Yeah.
Trying to mess with things.
You're trying to mess with things? That's not a good idea.
Indeed.
There it is. Just volume, that's all. So I can have an equal balance of volume.
Aha.
My headphones are around my neck. These are great, but I've had them for so long, like the earpieces are wearing out.
Oh no.
And, yeah. They're kind of small, and they don't fit my ears proper. So they hurt sometimes.
Can't you just plug in your gaming headset?
Well, I have my earbuds are over there, but I can't plug them into my phone because my charger's plugged into my phone right now. And the newer models of iPhones, they got rid of the headphone jack.
Yeah, they've got
So
the lightning jack.
it all goes all goes through the charge port. When I went downstairs, I had to go down and deal with munchkins.
Just tell me you're going to send them to the glue factory.
Well, they were arguing and getting louder and louder and louder. The oldest was complaining that all he had was a candy cane, and my niece got 2 pieces of chocolate. My niece doesn't like candy canes. So she got 2 pieces of chocolate, and he has a fucking candy cane. That's what the complaining was about. And apparently my mother and father left. Didn't tell me what they were doing. Which is hilarious because as much crying and complaining that my father did that I was being loud and really here.
Your audio just got like really weird and nasally, by the way.
It's the world I live in, man. Nothing in my house makes any sense. Ever. Oh! I don't know if you guys seen hang on. Let me do this. I'll bring it back up here in a second.
I was about to say, you
But
didn't finish a sentence there.
this is very rough now because I'm not the best at digital art. So it was just a rough.
Yeah.
But it's a bust of
Nice.
my
Looks
character.
good.
It's Ivy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if you send
Because
that,
her
If you send that to me, I'll go ahead and get that put into I'll go ahead and get a token made for that one for Roll20.
Well, if I can get her. Oh wait, that's the video. Oh, I don't have her on. There, it's in my photos. There it is. This. Yes, thank you, go away. This is what the painting came out to look like.
Ooh, nice.
And
Very
what's
good.
nice about this is, so her entire, like, all of the hair is sparkly because I used my iridescent paint, my pearlescent paint.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I didn't do the background until after I did the hair. So all of, let me see if I can get it to zoom in so you can see it, because some of it caught in the light. So like where her arm is, you'll see like little dots and specks of like what it looks like glitter. Because this all has that pearlescent paint in it, so the background is like semi-sparkly. I would show you the actual painting that I did, but it's in a box already that's taped.
Ah.
So I can't really show you. The video that I did on Instagram, this one has like me untaping the actual piece, and I move it, and you can see the pearlescent in the background and in the hair. See, it's kind of shiny.
Oh yeah.
I love the way this painting came out, because this is on that expensive paper,
Nice.
and the tattoos, I did not trace them with the light box. I hand drew all of those.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I hand drew all of them. I'm like, so, like I said, I did not think it through when I came up with her character design, because
What happened there?
That's a lot of tattoos.
No, just booted me right off.
And then this was the character that I did for
Hmm?
It froze
Sarah.
and booted me off.
This is the first time I tried doing an actual tattoo on a person. And I'm pretty happy with this because I did all of this with alcohol marker.
Nice. I like that one. That looks really cool too.
It's still very, very amateur, but I was starting to learn how to use my favorite part of this whole piece was her staff.
And which character was this one?
That was Serafina. That's what I did for Sarah, her
Ah.
character. That was her half elf that I did. But I unfortunately don't have that piece because I gave it to her. Oh, that's right. Cha Cha was getting a new tattoo. Ooh, I can feel that. Every time I watch somebody getting a tattoo, I can feel it. I know what it feels like. And I want another. I want like a D&D based one too. Oh, that's pretty. It's like watercolor-ish. Nice. Oh, she got two of them. Jesus, girl. 2 in 1 hit, huh? She got them on like the parts right above her knees on her legs.
Huh. I don't have a pro though, so I can't help you. What's something got going on? I'm just checking my Instagram posts really quick.
It's all good.
I need to see if there's like a place that makes custom custom minis. So like you can send them a picture of what your character looks like and they can print it out for you.
I mean, they've got. And I know there's Hero Forge. There's options on there now to actually have them like. There's like a lot more customizations options on there now than last time I looked on there.
Yeah. I haven't visited Heroes Forge since I did Thea.
I know they added. I think they upgraded to Hero Forge 2.0, so now you can actually like paint the mini inside the program and see what it would look like painted certain ways, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. I am back on the Twitch chat. Because the last time I looked, I couldn't get totally like the way I really wanted Thea to look, because they're like their options for the Dragonborns were kind of
Yeah.
Because I heard my Dragonborn actually has hair, but it's not like your hair, my hair. It's more like the way I wanted her to look. She's got like dreadlocks, but they were braided in such a way that the top part went between her horns, and it came up and down and into like a mohawk braided ponytail kind of a thing. But she didn't have like terribly, terribly long hair, but it all was like braided and then it ponied into like this much longer down the middle of her back kind of a thing. But they didn't have that option. Like I couldn't fully customize how I wanted her to look. And what I have is the best they could do.
They might have something similar now.
They might, but and the other one I wanted to do was because like her armor, Thea made all of the leather armor herself, so it was like tattered and kind of worn looking. But they didn't have that option when I went to make the mini for my D&D character at the time. They might have upgraded it now, but.
What?
I'm watching the playback on the stream because I can see what you're I can see what you're doing. Oh, that's awesome. How much charge do I have on this thing? Let's see.
That's a good question.
77.
I've got 100% because I'm using my laptop.
Well, I'm on my phone. Like I said, my laptop is way over there. I'm just like,
and it would probably
I did not think
burn into
any
a
of this
cinder.
through. Well, I need to eventually get it unplugged from over there and plug it into my bus bar so that when it comes time, I can get to the fucking thing. And I want to like venture downstairs and find me some munchums. So I got to figure out what I'm gonna have for dinner.
I still
got to figure out what I'm gonna do for lunch.
I'm gonna have whatever you're making. What are you making for dinner? You're just gonna have that chili with roast potatoes. Yeah.
That actually sounds really tasty.
What?
I've not got any wraps left to do nachos.
You can't make nachos. We've got cheese. Nope, because it's nachos. I I
It's
say
so
that
cheesy, and I love it.
I say that joke
And-
every time we go into Asda or Tesco's, one of their stores, and she's like, "It's like, so we're having chili, yes. Oh, you going to make nachos, yes. You can't have any cheese though because it's nachos." Yeah, she hates it. Hey dear.
And you can't really use that's a cheesy joke because you put cheese on nachos, and that's the whole point of having nachos. And I didn't think of that until after I said that's so cheesy, and I'm just like, oh my
Yeah, I
god,
was about to
I fell in
say.
my own hole.
It's
Wow!
not easy being cheesy. You fell into your own hole? Really?
Now that takes some talent.
I'm just gonna stop now.
Never know
Are
you
you
could
sure
bend
about
that way. That's really weird.
Oh, welcome to the internet.
Hold on, let me Google it. How to
Whoa.
fall into your own hole. Oh, look, a picture of red appears. YouTube tutorial part 1 of 6. What?
I did not know I was making these in the future. The vlog channel. Oh, since we're here talking about things, one of
Talking
the
about
things.
things.
Yeah, we're talking about things. One of the things I want to invest in eventually, because for now I have to use my phone until I can afford to get one, because most of my finances are going to be used towards the move, is a vlog camera, so that I can
GoPro.
officially film things proper and have them day by day by day. Because right now I have to do one whole set of filming, so that I can just take it from my camera, upload it onto YouTube, then do the thing. But eventually I want to do for a week, film different segments in that week, and then have weekly vlogs on the Red Wolf Studios or Wolf Girl Studios. God, I would keep wanting to call it Red Wolf, but it's not. It's Wolf Girl Studios. For my vlog channel,
Yeah.
and then because that's where I can talk about stuff that's going on in the Discord, things that are happening, with all of us, possibly do recaps of the D&D games, stuff like that. It would be fun.
Oh, hell yeah.
That would be super fun. And then that way, when you have that idea of everybody would videotape a clip of something positive or what have you. If we wanted to do that different times, it would be easier to do instead of just doing it on the phone. Because sending things over the phone, you have to have them at a certain amount of time, because if they go over that time limit, the file's too big and you can't send it. And I'm like, I can't do it then, because I don't have the computer capacity or the ability to on my dinosaur of a laptop that I have over there. And, I don't have that opportunity right now.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, I have so many things that I'm looking forward to after this move happens. But it's literally the only thing keeping me on this side of the daisy push-ups. Quite literally. That, and then being able to jump in Discord and being like, stop! And people are there.
Don't know yet. Tori's being nosy. She wants to know where you're moving to in Colorado.
I don't know yet.
See? Told you.
Yeah.
Don't know yet.
So, general rough ballpark, somewhere near-ish to Denver, but not near-ish enough to make it so that the cost is at the butt.
There you go.
Yeah, because the closer to Denver you get, the more expensive it is. Which sucks, because Denver's a major city.
That's like my wife. The closer she gets to a shop, the more expensive she is. Oh, hold on, Heather. Sorry, I'm even in my chat.
Been looking for a while. How are you doing, brother?
I am doing fine, Bear. How is yourself? How's things? How's tricks? I seen you lurking there.
Yes, Bear. How are you feeling?
red, monkey, bear. Bear, monkey, red. Not red monkey, but red monkey.
Yeah, no, I'm a wolf. He's a monkey. Two different animals.
Back to work and
Yeah.
all that. Yeah, I heard. How's COVID at your home, by the way?
We're clapping because you're feeling better, not with the whole COVID thing. I wish I can go back to work.
Me too.
Me
I was supposed to be
three.
shipping out like the 10th, but now it's like later.
Well, yeah, because of your mom being ill.
Well, I'm also ill, but
He's ill.
Really, I don't think you had mentioned that.
I drive the short bus to work every day. It's great.
22 members of staff so far, 11 residents
Wow.
downstairs, 13 up, or vice versa, I can't remember. That's fine. I know I heard this morning. You're supposed to jump on the leaf, not jump in the water.
Ooh, excuse me.
Tori's playing Crash Bandicoot.
I just love the way the two of you talk to each other. It's amazing.
Thank you, I am amazing.
Tickles
I'm
me-
going to put up with that boot in the
Tickles me
corner.
pink. Tickles me pink.
Tickles your pink? Excuse me? First you fell
Oh
into your
my.
hole, and now you're tickling
No!
your pink. We are streaming here.
No! You know how they got like tickle me pink? Not. Oh my god. It's a color! It's a color!
Tori's fine, she's there.
Dear
Osiris
God.
is there.
well, it's better than tickles your stink, I guess.
Right.
But
Well, put it this way, right? If I told
I
you
was
that
not even going
the
there.
vet fell into her own hole, right? And she just said that she was tickling her pink.
oh man,
Put it this way, right?
Oh!
Here's a
Sorry, don't believe it. That's not what I meant! Not what I meant!
I'm sure it wasn't.
Oh lord. I know I can't get away with nothing on your channel. Nothing!
Mm,
yes, our new favorite segment: things that Red says taken way out of context in a way that could be
Everything I
misconstrued
say can be
sexually.
taken out of context because I don't think. I don't have a filter. It just falls out.
that's what she said.
Oof. That's okay. I do not have brain right now. Yeah.
You know if it falls back. You know if it falls
No
right, you can just
thoughts.
snap
Brain
it back
scrambled
on, right?
egg.
Oh my gosh. I'm going downstairs. You guys are going on a field trip with me.
Hi, going downstairs. I'm Daniel.
Well, I'm gonna turn off my
I'm
camera
God.
when I do it though.
Oh,
I turn off my camera because I'm not gonna make all of you get dizzy with all of the movements.
excuse me?
The movements, me moving around my house, like going up and evil, because you have people watching your stream.
Wait a second.
Some people
Really?
could
So
get like
tickling your
whiplash or
pink.
nausea.
So tickling your pink. You don't want us to see all the movements of you going up and down.
Oh my Lanta, Georgia, we're not in Dropouts and if not super work channel. Hey, boo-boos. Miha, what's going on? I know they left you down here by yourself, no nothing on, lights are off, all that stuff.
And the dog's thinking
Yeah.
right now, would you please get your face out of my face? I was trying to sleep.
No, she wasn't. Let me turn this camera on.
killed me.
Okay, I gotta turn this light on so you can see my dog. There she is! Oh, baby, you're on camera. You're on camera.
Do you hear me?
Damn.
Look at her, she's so adorable.
He killed me.
Barry and Sean are both out. They're only full-time kitchen staff.
There's your boobs. You should say hi to everybody.
That's oh, hello.
This is my
Osiris.
dog, Matt.
Who's that? Hold on. Let me do this way. Click on that. Click on that. Who's that,
This is
Osiris?
time to show off Max. She's a pretty babies.
It's like,
You my pretty
Who's that?
babies.
Osiris. Who's that? Look.
what tell Monkey to stop rolling at me. He's already killed
What?
me twice.
She's playing Crash Bandicoot and a monkey rolls at her and kills her and she's really upset about it. She goes, "It's all your
Look
fault."
at this. We're holding the Popeyes. You see we're holding the Popeyes?
Come here. Come here.
This is the segment of Shadow Stream where we show off our pets.
Yes. Hello, gorgeous boy. Hello, gorgeous boy. Right, let's go back on to that one now. Hello. Look, there's Auntie Bear. There's Heather. Hello.
Yeah, you're telling her.
Hello.
Hi guys. Oh my poor baby.
Bear
let's
is
have some
asking,
jazz
how
on,
old
please,
is your
shall we?
dog?
She is 8. I want to say she's 8. She's as old as my niece is. So she's old.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. You're an old fart. Yes, you are.
You're just
Let's
a
turn some
baby,
music on for
Osiris. You're just a baby. You're only what, 1 and a bit.
Yeah, it was 1 in November.
You're 1 in November. You're only a baby. Oh,
Oh, good. She's just blinking. She's so adorable. She knows she's being filmed.
Hmm?
A baby who loves the snow.
baby who loves the snow, yeah. He got his first proper taste of snow yesterday and he absolutely loved it. Send me
My
the
poor
video, I'll post
James.
it in the chat.
They
Hey,
left her down here with no music, no nothing,
here's a good
no
boy.
nothing,
Hey, here's a good boy.
no lights on.
Oh,
I'm leaving this living room light
fist
on.
bump.
I don't care. Alright. Let's
Hey.
this is the thing I got my mom for Christmas. Not the Switch, but this like stand thing. So she can put all her games and everything in it.
Oh, nice.
I mean,
Buy
a
me
little
a
plastic
Switch.
doodad, but she can fit all of her stuff in it. I hear people. Yeah, that's what she got though.
Not like
Oh, look at the father! Showing people my thing I got, Mom. I'm turning her on some. Well, you guys are here now, so. Alright, turning my camera back on.
Wood
I
chipper.
can move around.
Wood chipper. Wood chipper. Wood chipper. Wood chipper.
Make sure it's a big one. I just turned the TV on in there because Max was down here by herself. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have these leftovers for dinner. Yes, I am.
I wonder what the pigs are going to be eating tonight.
Oops. I'm here making a mess, y'all.
So the first time, it won't be the last.
No, I dare say it won't. I'm talking to Shadow and Monkey.
And 5 other people.
And
Well,
5 other people.
3 other people.
Okay, 3 other people.
Well, you're in the chat. Monkey's in the stream. So that's 2. Take that away for 5. That leaves 3.
I can count. Yay! I get a lollipop.
You get a lollipop. You get a lollipop. You and you and you get a lollipop.
You get a wood chipper. You get a wood chipper. Everybody gets a wood chipper. That way,
You
no
follow me,
one can be
right?
held. Yep. That way, no one can be held accountable.
fuck off.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm done. Ow.
No, I don't want it. After we're done with this, I'll be getting food. I say I'll be getting food. You'll be making me food.
I'm not making you food. You're on dinner tonight.
I'm on breakfast tomorrow. Good girl. Who's a good boy?
Yeah, I haven't. This is my din din.
This
We're having. I'm
life.
having leftovers.
It's now or
So.
never. You shut up with my singing,
Oh,
dog.
let's do about a minute.
My singing is
You
not
are
bad.
a beautiful singer.
What do you mean my singing's bad?
Why is he?
Stop.
Oh,
My
that's
singing is
fine.
not that bad. But no. Who are you barking at? Okay, I'll stop singing. I promise. Pinky promise.
It's don't say I was barking at you because you started singing.
Yeah, probably just like me singing. I said I won't sing again.
Osiris.
So look at me.
You bark again, I'm going to sing. Chinese.
What is your husband doing underneath your truck?
I will send you to the Chinese.
Oh, it's dinner time. 10:05.
Right, 2 seconds. I'll be back. I need to go and get him food.
Jenny.
What?
The dinner time?
Want food?
The dinner time?
Want fed? Somebody should get fed.
What time is it?
It's time for food.
He started barking there. He actually started licking his lips.
Say what?
I'm gonna text my sister really quick because I'm just doing audio. So taking my food upstairs. This box that my father said he was gonna break down later is still in the. Oh hell, my sister needs to talk to me. And how long has your stream been up for? Let's see. Oh, it doesn't tell me how long he's been streaming for. My sister needs to speak with me. So I'm gonna leave the chat for a little bit so that I can go and talk to my sister. What in the but and
As usual.
excuse me. Yeah, no, I need to call my sister because she just texted me after she called me and said I need to talk. So I'm gonna back out of this really quick, and then I'm gonna see what she needs because she doesn't just usually hit me up and be like, "Hey, I need to talk." So
Yeah.
I'm gonna bounce out of chat for a little bit. If you
think
guys are,
I'll do the same.
if you guys are still up,
Food.
then I'll come back. But
Who just released a fart in my chat? Totally did.
Honestly, I should probably run and grab some lunch, actually.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
Food. Yeah. Well, catch you all in a bit.
So,
Yeah.
I shall catch you all later.
Yeah, will do. See you later.